Oh. Oh, there we go. Now we're good. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new and improved visuals for the stream. It took a minute of careful consideration and me fucking around in After Effects until I figured out what I liked. But here we go! Today we're going to be continuing 100 line, of course. I like the visual of it because it feels like it should be going like whoosh every time one goes by you. Here, let me just go ahead and finish getting set up. Just about done. There we go. I'm also rather proud of the in-betweener screens too. That took a bit of effort. Very simple, but very effective, I think. But yeah, I also included a link. Made sure to include a little like thing to let you know if you ever clip anything. My shit'll be right there, where it needs to be. But I will say, I think for the sake of the 100 line, I will put this right there. Crop this down a smidge. Hello, award-winning one author Noir Iblis.
On twitch.tv.
But yeah, I was mostly just showing off all the fun new stuff that I did visual-wise. I haven't implemented that VTuber yet. It turns out you need a lot better lighting if you actually want, like, accurate mouth capture. Anyways. It's dangerous to stray too far from the school. I already fucking bought. Minute 1 botch. I should try to find invaders as close by as possible. I'm pretty sure a decent number of invaders were wandering around the city to the south. I'll head over there today. I thought there was a large number of invaders inhabiting the nearby city. They roamed around the ruins like zombies with no will of their own. They're all just basic cannon fodder. I can defeat them on my own. The presidents and glanced up in the air to see one of the sponsors' bees were tailing me. Must be here to count my points. Okay, here goes! I stifled my breath and slowly crept up on one of the invaders. Time to attack with everything I've got. I went to attack, but my legs froze. I couldn't move. Am I scared? I fought on my own plenty of times before, but there was the difference between choosing to go it alone and having no alternative. I was going to have to fight alone forever. I was scared of confronting that truth. But I can't just cower forever, can't I? Can I? I took a deep breath and steeled myself. Ah! This time I leapt out in front of the invaders. Oh boy.
Let's do this. Ready when you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking. Oh my god.
Got this.
3 waves of solo combat? Alright.
Ready when you are.
Locked and loaded.
Hello, Con. The bees are judging me at the moment.
Let's do this. All right, here we go.
Oh, we really are just in the middle of it, aren't we?
Yep. I'm being judged by the bees, remember? They're scoring everything
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
right.
Ready when you are.
I honestly forgot about this.
Ready when
Please
you
couple
are.
it.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Also, I'm gonna be muting myself periodically because I've touched it.
Could not hear a word you just said.
One last strike.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I said I'll be muting myself periodically because I'm eating chips.
Oh, okay. Eat those fucking chips.
Oh, I thought you said you were eating chicken.
Nope, chips. I don't want anyone else to hear the crunch.
Mm. Fair enough.
I'm spent. Ready when you are. I've got this. Here we go. There.
I was already exhausted, even though I only killed a few minions. I can't come back if I die out here. The lingering fear of death weighed heavily on my mind and body. But I couldn't afford to rest. I had to do whatever it took to get more points. Not to mention... Invaders drawn by the sound of fighting were showing up one after the other, and they were beginning to surround me. I prepared to face the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between.
Let's do this.
It was rather interesting that I forget if Rindy mentioned this to everybody, but she was like, "This was one of my favorite routes, actually." So I'm rather curious to see how the bee killing game is going to go.
I'm gonna skip out and skip back in. This thing's being a bit glitchity with me.
Oh no. Better now.
Damn it.
Nope, it's pure green. It's like Carrara land in here.
Oh goodness me. Maybe I should try restarting the stream for you so you can actually see better?
One last strike.
I mean, it seems fine on my end, but I mean, I might as well do it real quick.
Oh, you know, I have a feeling it's something wrong on my end. I don't know what's going on.
I figured I just might as well measure.
Okay, now it's working.
No, nice.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know what? Here, let's just do this first. There you go.
Let's go.
Ah, fuck it. I have like 10 AP. I'll just do air slashes until it dies.
My turn. Here. Let's do this. Take that. My turn. Ha!
Damn, nobody's coming. No matter how many I kill, more just keep cropping up. Invaders kept streaming in until I was completely surrounded. They were just mooks, but there were too many of them. My stamina was at its limit.
I wish I wasn't alone.
Needed to toughen up, but just telling myself that wasn't doing anything. For the first time, I truly felt how alone I was. At this rate, I'll die, without anyone ever knowing.
I'll
Just
help
then.
you out, Takumi.
I had a voice and turned around. Standing there was... Oh, Yugamu!
Of course. Showing up
Yay.
unexpected but sorely needed. It's everybody's beloved Yugamu Omokage. What are you doing here? Were you trying to score some kills out here too? We can talk later. Let's take care of these things first. Our first joint effort.
There was something creepy about how we put it, but I was grateful for him in the moment. Our breaths synced up,
Ooh, he wants to kill people with you.
and we began to clean up the swarm of invaders. You and me,
I'm good
together,
to go.
doing some good old-fashioned invader murder.
I can't wait.
Holy shit, his arms do that!
Yeah!
Yeah.
Gomu, no fucking
Time for me to
stab!
move. does this do it for you? You make a lovely corpse.
Well, let me see if I can do the calling thing. I have chips in my throat. Gum rocket. Kick the pirate! Fuck, I can't do it. I have chips in my throat. What?
Fair enough.
You could swallow the chips.
Mm-hmm. You could wait a moment before so that the chips clear your esophagus.
Say when.
Ah, yeah, fuck it, dude. Just so he didn't get his ass. That Azure Blade's really just fucking put in the work, goddamn.
Wait. How about this? Let's get to the killing.
Is that all of them?
Seems so. I don't sense any trace of them. Well fought, Takumi. You were in quite a predicament considering it's the first day.
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked to see how they just kept coming. I was killed by a bunch of weaklings. Fighting truly isn't something to be done alone. Right. I didn't get to properly thank you. You saved me, Yugamu. Thank you. If you hadn't run into me here, I might have been the first to be eliminated from the invader hunt.
Oh, no need to thank me. It wasn't by coincidence that we met here.
My otherworldly shadow friends guided me to you. It wasn't?
Yes, I've been following you all morning. You had no idea, did you? Tailing people is one of my specialties.
Was he just joking to play off his embarrassment? No, that doesn't seem like what's going on here. He really was.
Well, he is an
following me.
assassin.
That makes sense why he showed up at the perfect time to save me. But why? What was the point of following me?
Oh, for the love of murder, don't be so wary of me, Takumi. I'm not going to eat you, alright? Although you look plenty delicious to me.
How could I not be wary of an assassin? Yugamu Omokage, the descendant of a family of assassins. I'll come right out and ask, why are you following me?
I was figuring out my timing. I wanted to come gallantly to your rescue if you found yourself in trouble. Then I'd be able to show you how useful I am. Call it a courtship display.
The dog is back.
Why is everything you say so creepy?
Well, that's the long and short of it.
He muttered as he held out his right hand to me.
Would you
Takumi.
team up with me?
He's offering to form a team. It's all I ever wanted in my isolation, but... Why do you want to team up with someone everybody hates? Wouldn't you rather be with Nozomi or Kyoshika or the others?
I don't do well in groups. Honestly, I'd rather enjoy my kills alone, but going in alone is too risky. So I thought buddying up with the odd man out would be just the thing.
Is that really the only reason? It made sense, but it's hard to decipher his true intentions. I was sure he was planning something, given that he went out of his way to ask me after I'd been ostracized, but if I turned down his offer, I'd have to hunt alone forever. Noah,
Well, will you join me or not?
what should I do? Should I team up with Yugamu?
Destiny decision.
There's so many fucking...
They are
smart
really going
pathways to
whole
this.
hog with all of these.
Going back down through this pathway is going to be very interesting. Yes, I will make sure that I live through this ordeal.
Yowie time.
It's Yowie time!
Fuck yes! Finally!
I mean, it seems pretty clear to me. Nah, he's just flirting with you, Takumi. This is just how he does it.
Well, you're stuck with me for a while then. I shook Yugamu's extremely stretchy hand. Whether he could be trusted was beside the point. I simply couldn't carry on like this all by myself for much longer. For now, I would team up with Yugamu.
I'm glad to see our hearts are in tune with each other, partner. Wanna try for the best couple award while we're at it?
Don't
Do
think
it, do
we're
it, do
giving
it,
out
do it.
awards here. Also, you and I are not a couple. While Yugamu and I were trading quips, we heard it. What the? There's an ear-splitting sound and the earth shook, but it wasn't an earthquake. It felt more like...
I sensed a torrential gush of overwhelming energy. Somebody with incredible powers present nearby.
Don't tell me commanders are joining the hunt. That'd be bad news. The two of us wouldn't be enough to deal with a commander.
A little bit of reconnaissance would go a long way right now. Tiptoe after me as quietly as you can manage, Takumi.
Right. We are not a couple! 10 hours later, we're just smooching awful style. We cautiously made our way towards the source of the sound, hiding behind pieces of rubble along the way. And then...
Hey! You saw that, Mistress Yuriko? My 18th invader kill! How've you been treating them?
The bloodiest brand of carnage only I can dish out. What else?
Oh, it's actually just Yuri versus
Now
Yaoi.
save your breath for
I'm super okay with this.
limb. Let those entrails fly. Let the bloodworks explode far and wide.
Oh, my Mistress Hiriko! Nobody goes wild as beautifully as you! Your rampaging form and
Man, Randy's missing out today.
Jesus Christ.
I am super down with this.
Those two are enjoying this way too much. They aren't hunting anymore, they're just straight up massacring every invader they see.
It kills me to say this, but I'm afraid we must cede the best couple award to them.
Something feels off, though. Hiriko's always been strong, but when did Darumi get so powerful? She hadn't joined any defensive battle before this, and should be woefully unfamiliar with combat.
The euphoria of finally being able to take part in a killing game has likely unlocked the latent potential in her hemo anima, making it bloom.
That's an unconventional way to unlock latent potential.
Why the gripe? Potential is logic defying by definition. Also, we should totally call it a day and head back now. They've likely already murdered all the invaders in this area anyway.
Yeah, we've earned enough points today. Let's get back and rest up for tomorrow. Headed back inside the drop by the leisure lounge before returning to our rooms. How's the points doing? Kurara doesn't have any? Oh yeah, because she's dead. Of
Well, I
course.
think she's at the bottom, yeah.
My mistake. I forgot that she was dead for a second. Well, I mean, hey, we're a
Just grabbed by
third.
bees.
Shoma's gonna fucking die, because I know for a fact he's not fighting.
Unsurprisingly,
Or he's not good at it,
those
at
two were in the
least.
top spots.
I mean, to be fair, his
expect
whole
they'll
deal
be
is about
staying ahead of the
defensive
pack for a
measures. He
long
can't
time
really
to come.
fight things on his own.
I'm in third place? Honestly, I thought I'd be much lower than that. Well, I did take out quite a number of invaders today, and I'm in fourth. If we keep this up, we won't fall to the bottom of the rankings in the first round, at least.
First, the run of this game will last until day 35. Whoever finishes last in each round will be executed. I decided I wouldn't keep tabs on where the others were placed. Ensuring my own survival was more important, and besides...
You're cursed! Do us all a favor and get out of here!
Yay!
You're more than cursed! You're the Grim Reaper!
The blood of Lady Kurata is on your hands!
Jeez, this whole slew of messed up shit speaks for itself. Not even I can help you out here. I shouldn't be letting the people ostracize me live rent-free in my head anyway.
Well, damn.
Man, they really said that.
Mm-hmm. Phew, what a day. The constant fighting and stress of possible death has strained my mind and body to their limits. I wanted to rest early to recover from the fatigue, but...
Free time.
Hey!
Care to explain what you're doing in my room?
About to fuck you.
It's just something buddies do, right? And that's what we are. Buddies, partners, bosom chums. It goes without saying, we need to be joined at the hip.
Oh my god, he's just trying to get in there. Join
I commend it.
join your own hips and get out of here.
Come on, bud, humor me. Pretend we're brainstorming strategies for the rest of the hunt. How about that?
Come on, let's cuddle. Let's talk about our fantasies.
This game's more of a marathon than a sprint, so we gotta come up with a long-term plan.
Oh.
Playing it by ear the whole time's bound to lead us to quick and easy deaths.
He makes a very good point.
He does.
Can't you at least make it clear whether you want to be disgusting or discreet?
Who would I be if I didn't dabble in a little bit of both? Call me a double dipper if that's what turns you on.
Hey!
Oh
In
god!
your dreams.
You don't want to talk about his dreams.
Tragically straight. That or he's just not interested. After that, we spent several hours discussing strategies for surviving the killing game in the days to come.
We did say this was going to be the yaoi ending.
I fucked with that.
Damn, what's going on in there? Good night.
Bedtime already? Time flies when you're having so much fun. If you don't mind, Takumi, we can continue the rest of this conversation in bed.
Of course I mind! It's about time you went to your own room.
Oh, Takumi, throwing me out after our exciting intercourse without any pillow talk at all. How cold is your heart?
Hey!
Stone cold. Out. Now.
Damn it, you're a stone cold bitch!
After chasing Yugamu out of my room, I crawled into bed and closed my eyes. I had to grab every second of sleep I could to let my tired body recover, but... I'm so sad!
I thought he was going to be dreaming of it.
I fucking
thought he was
hate
just going to be
you.
dreaming of Yugamu.
I'm gonna go hang out with my pet. Ugh. The words from
Whom I
this morning
psychologically broke into being my pet.
their words from this morning reverberated around my mind, preventing me from slipping into a restful slumber. How did
You
it
doing
turn
okay
out-
there?
How did it turn out like this? Lots of bad decisions. I came back in time to lead
Slipknot.
everyone toward a brighter future. So why am I being so despised? What I wouldn't give to return to those happier days. Day
Always remember
27.
happy day.
Oh.
Let's today's hunt begin. I trust you're ready, Takumi.
Yeah, ready when you are. On day 2 of the invader hunt, we went out to explore the city again. Earned points by hunting down any invaders we could find.
Found something right off the bat. Check out that swarm of invaders at 2 o'clock.
I turned in the direction Yugamu mentioned and found the invaders lurking behind a ruined building like he said.
I don't think they've noticed us yet. They get closer and catch them by surprise. Put on your pussy boots and slink behind me, Takumi.
What the
Sure.
Oh, I love it.
Yugamu had clearly adapted well to the rhythm of the game. He knew how to take quick and decisive action to earn points for our continued survival. I, on the other hand... My feelings needed to catch up to the strange situation to be participating in a killing game with him as my teammate. What was I doing? Why did Yugamu propose a partnership in the first place? Was my life even worth living if I had to kick someone else down to do it? There's so many things on my mind, but...
Come on, Takumi. Time to sound the death knell for them.
I didn't have the luxury of time to think them through. Fighting and survival is the only thing I could afford to do right now. Are we doing fighting, or are we just gonna skip past it all? Alright, fighting time! We're just fucking doing it.
A wave?
I'm good to go.
From what I understand, this isn't even like the worst of the combat-centric routes.
It's time for me to move.
There's no time for free time. There's only time for Yugamu time.
True.
I can't wait.
Yugamu time, the gay time.
This hurts. I'm good
I can
to
see
go.
why Rindy actually said this is one of her favorites. I am.
Okay,
I am.
don't get me wrong. I appreciate a little bit of quality boy-on-boy teasing, but also that can't be the only reason.
Oh no, I'm actually enjoying this route because it's asking a lot of really difficult questions. and giving some really interesting scenarios as to what exactly is really going on here, and what the fuck is going up with everything else.
How about
You
this?
see, Takumi is
what-
being punished for his gift of foresight.
There's also one thing that's still kind of bugging me.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Takumi want to eat a frog?
Let's do this.
You know, that is a random... I think that's gotta be some kind of, like, random reference to something.
It's either
or
an
other.
expression we're not getting or a reference, yeah.
Did he just want unique cuisine or something? He said
Or
he
that's
could
gonna
eat
come
a
back
frog.
like 12 years later.
There's gonna be a
Or
snail.
it's gonna be like...
There's gonna be a frog that catches up with Takumi and kills him when it touches him. Did we get them all?
It's too early to be celebrating. More enemies are waiting in the wings. Invaders approaching at 3 o'clock.
They just keep coming. Wait for the next battle with scarce
They
any
don't
time
stop
to breathe
coming.
in between.
I can't
It's like
wait.
that fucking. It's like that one Pro ZD
I'll
skit.
just put this in time for me to
RPGs
move.
with
Which one?
RPGs with suggestive battle quotes.
I can't wait.
I'm coming! I'm coming! I'm
You make
coming!
a lovely corpse.
I love sex!
Ready when you are. Time to use it. I've got this.
I can't hear him as, and every time I hear Pro ZD or anything else, all I picture in my mind is just Senshi.
Ready
Is that
when you
normal?
are.
I mean, generally speaking, whenever I hear him, I just go, "What's up, King Dragon?" Eh, fuck, I get that one.
I thought he was really good this season on Draw Detectives.
Didn't know it was on Draw.
On hiatus.
It's on
Get in on it now while the getting's good.
Time for me to
Fair
move.
enough.
Let's draw detective.
Draw Detectives is a
Isn't it?
Drawfee-based RPG live actual cast?
Let's get to the
It's a lot less game-oriented and more art-making oriented, but it is still very RPG themed.
So
And
they're drawing
he-
as they go, effectively.
they do drawings to be detectives and gather evidence.
need to move.
That's
And this season, last season,
Kill them all.
Pro ZD showed up as a big sexy hot dude in like evil armor,
Mhm.
because he's in like a combination Dark Souls dating sim
Let's go.
named Volanius. And this season, he's just a really huge orc who runs like an art studio where people can express themselves.
I'll have to check that out, actually. I'm curious. Fighting outside is tiring. My body resists me whenever I think about how death is permanent out here.
You need to relax, Takumi. At this rate, you'll kill yourself before the enemy has a chance.
I don't get it. How are you so calm? You're not even perspiring.
I wouldn't be much of a professional assassin if I let every other spot of good murdering get me down, would I?
Hey, what's your secret? How do I kill the enemies efficiently while conserving as much
Halgar.
stamina as possible?
The secret is your heart. That is to say, your frame of mind. Get it in your head that the act of killing is nothing special at all. Nothing more than mundane work.
Mundane work?
Like hitting a nail with a hammer, like turning a screw with a screwdriver. Just dull, repetitive work to be repeated without much thought or physical strength.
So basically I suck myself into believing it's nothing? Does that really work? Anything more concrete? Like a better way to move my body or something?
Your body movements are virtually perfect, Takumi. There's nothing to critique. So it's
Oh, well,
left
thank
with your
you.
mentality, right? Just give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose. Pretend the act of killing's the most boring job in the world.
Just dull, repetitive work. Despite my misgivings, I decided to try out Yugamu's suggestion. I crafted an invader that happened to be meandering about nearby and launched a surprise attack. Without entertaining the fear that threatened to well up from within, I quietly lifted my sword and brought it down nonchalantly. This was just work, something that had to be done. I needed to think too much about it. I went after the next enemy as I repeated those thoughts to myself.
Compartmentalizing.
Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work.
Just take those feelings and put them in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible performance, Takumi. It's like you've become another person.
And then push them down until you explode out at all of your friends and loved ones because you hate your job and you hate the idea of killing people, etc., etc.
Yes,
from
you have an
experience.
aptitude for killing. I sensed it the moment I laid eyes on you.
Speaking from, I understand what that's like, but thankfully I avoided that with my previous position. Aptitude for killing? Me? Thinking to get your eyes checked. Might sound strange coming from me, but I wasn't good at such things at all. I tended to miss the obvious, and my reflexes were average at best. I don't have an aptitude for anything.
Gifts show up in many different ways. Sometimes they manifest later in life.
Later in life?
That's right. You'll understand one day.
I wasn't happy to be left hanging like that, but I knew he'd just be evasive if I tried to press the matter, so I didn't. Anyway, we should focus on the hunt for now. Now that I seem to be getting my mind under control, I want to get used to the hunting at one go as well. Let's look for the next group of enemies. I feel like I can take down another 15 before calling it a day.
Nah, I think we should call it a day now. We've earned enough points.
But I was just getting the hang of it.
And that's when it gets dangerous. Everything in moderation, including assassinations. Besides, if we keep on hunting, we'll run into them sooner or later. You okay with that?
Them? I was wondering about who Yugamo could be talking about. Over here! This will be our starting point for the hunt today! Don't fall behind, you losers! I had a familiar voice coming from somewhere nearby. Quickly made my way towards the voice and peered out from behind some rubble.
I feel like I'm starting to use my hemo anima better. Not even a commander can stop me now. I think...
Confidence in the name is the name of the game, sister dearest. You and I both know nothing can stand in the way of our newly awakened powers and strengthened bonds.
Rub it on our faces, why don't you?
Don't start getting carried away, you two! Thinking you're invincible because you learned a thing or two is the best way to die on the battlefield. You little chicks can just stay beneath my big, strong pinions for now. I ain't gonna let any of you die on my watch. I'll protect y'all with my life! In the name of Takemari Yakushichi! Ooh. I haven't had to get gravelly in a minute. That actually hurt my throat a little bit. Ugh. They're hunting here too. Takemaru, Ima, and Kako weren't the only ones. I could see Tsubasa and Nozomi and the others in the distance as well.
Ugh, why does fighting invaders outside the academy seem so much more graphic? It's like I'm really killing something alive. And all that blood. So much blood. The field invader, I just think it's my head. Tsubasa, are you okay? I can give you a back rub if it makes you feel better. I think a big one's coming. Why did I bring any more bags with me? Lady Tsubasa is about to start puking like a fountain in a fancy park. Is there anything we can give her in place of a barf bag? Alas, necessity knows no decorum. Lady Tsubasa, even to my sheath bag if you must.
That's adorable.
Are you sure, Kiyoshika? Isn't that the Holy Jumonji Sword's pajamas? Oh, sorry, that just cracked me up. The Holy Jumonji Sword is a party animal with a soft spot for the ladies. She'll understand. Now come, Lady Tsubasa. Let it all out and hold nothing back. I'll be fine. I pushed everything down with sheer willpower. Whew. The roiling stopped. Sorry, guys. I haven't been feeling well since this morning. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves.
I'm here too. I'm not supposed to mention that, Tsubasa. Looking out for one another's what teammates do. No wrestler worth their salt abandons their tag partners to get ahead in the match.
Loyalty above self. None shall be left behind. It is the way of the warrior.
Takuma.
Man, we haven't seen Shoma at all.
That friendship quadrangle they're doing is actually really great. I appreciate all of that.
Takimaru was desperately trying to protect Ima and Kako, who weren't used to fighting. But some of the others refused to abandon Tsubasa even though she was holding them back. They were watching out for each other like true friends. I used to enjoy that sort of relationship with them, too. I could feel my strength rapidly leaving my body. That's right. I've been alienated. What I just saw only served to cement that fact. All those kind and comforting words would never be for me.
You look like you're in a lot more pain now than you were fighting the enemies. That confirms it. Your fatal flaw is that fragile mind of yours.
I left the place quietly and made my way back to the school, taking care not to be seen by the others, taking back with me nothing but an armful of distressing thoughts and feelings. I'm a sad widow baby. I got back to my room earlier than usual, but wasn't in the mood to do anything, except lie upright in the bed and stare long and hard at the ceiling. Eh. I suddenly realized it was already night. I knew I shouldn't be resting, but bad memories kept surfacing in my mind and pulling me back to wakefulness. I'm deeply aware of this. Like I'm being punished just for being alive, and having great opinions and a fat ass. The pain of being despised is more excruciating than anything the killing game or defensive battles could inflict upon me.
He doesn't have a fat ass.
I know, I'm being silly.
Well, you haven't seen it, have you?
In the first 100 days, it wasn't a happy ending by any means, but at least everyone was my friend. We had a barbecue, set up festival booths. We got testy with each other sometimes, but we always made up in the end. Our bonds became unbreakable. How do I repair our friendship? How? As I was agonizing over this matter... Is that Yagamu? Maybe you want to discuss our strategy for tomorrow's hunt. Although I honestly wasn't in the mood to talk, it wasn't like I could simply drive away the only friend I had right now. I got up slowly and ambled to the door. When I opened it, I saw... Hiroko!
Good. I was just about to kick the door down.
You're scoring too many points! What are you doing here? Or rather, are you sure you want to be seen here? I'm jinxed. Nothing good will come out of any association with me.
Well, aren't you wallowing in self-pity today? Finally lost your mind after falling out of favor with everyone else?
Including you, right?
You think so?
Yeah, I do. You didn't want to team up with me like all the others. I went through hell and back after you left me in the lurch. Those invaders chased after me and surrounded me. I had no way out. They almost killed me. They wouldn't have happened if you hadn't turned me down. It wasn't Hiroko's fault that I'd almost been killed. I knew it in my head, but my heart refused to stop those angry words from spilling out of my mouth. Hiroko said nothing in response to my irrational accusation at first.
You're right. I could have handled that better yesterday. You were already crushed by everyone's unkind words and deeds. I should have been more considerate. So here's a token of reconciliation from me to you.
She took out a box she had been holding under her arm and handed it to me. Token of reconciliation?
Open it. I think you'll like what you see.
Took the box and gingerly lifted the covers. Inside was... What? Is the dead body of that gigantic bee? Some kind of sick joke? No, wait. This bee... It's one of the sponsors' bees? You killed it?
I did. I took advantage of the chaos after Kurata was killed to secure one. As a research sample.
What sort of research? What sort of bee search?
You can't be this stupid. Research that will help us kill the sponsor and put an end to this travesty of a game.
I was dumbfounded by how
Doesn't matter that I'm winning.
I was dumbfounded by how nonchalantly Hiroko talked about killing the sponsor. The sponsor's invincible. We can't kill them the way that we are now.
Oh.
We can, as long as we find a way to deal with the 2 weapons they wield.
2 weapons?
Oh.
The bee is the first. The other is that suit they're wearing.
That spacesuit?
That's... Yes, I believe that suit is the source of their invincible power.
I feel like I should. I feel like the kind of like rubbery bit that allows the more articulation from their shoulder up. I feel like that would be the most vulnerable spot to attack. Like the rubbery bits aren't really invulnerable unless we're just solely operating off of anime logic.
I see
Super
what you
rubber.
mean. Yeah, work along the seam, just kind of slash and get it in there. Stab,
Yeah.
stab, goes the arm. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing or talking about right now. I am very tired.
He was right. We attacked the fellow with all of our might, but didn't manage to even scratch the suit.
The fellow.
We're really digging deep for some non-gendered terminology. The outfit clearly had some special powers attached to it.
That's right, chap.
A decent fellow. How confident are you of finding something?
Oh.
My research on the suit is already in progress, and I expect to discover its weakness in the very near future.
Really?
Oh.
However, I'm too deeply involved in researching the suit to spare time for anything else. I've not done anything about that bee or the identity of the sponsor yet.
And you're bringing me on board to deal with the lack of manpower.
Something like that. So, are you willing to join me in my quest to bring down the sponsor?
If that were truly possible, I'd be more than happy to give her as much help as she needed. But there were some things that were bothering me. If you wanted me help, why'd you turn down yesterday when I asked to team up? Then you wouldn't have had to come over again today to do this.
Where are your brains? Try to remember what my exact words were. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Surely you understood the implication that I would be teaming up with you outside of the game instead?
Oh, sorry, I guess I couldn't see past that big bush you were beating around. You've been nothing but dismissive of me so far. When I was alienated, you didn't try to take my side.
Yes, I do think I could have handled that better, but can you blame me? I was still trying to figure out if I could trust the person you are right now.
The person I am right now? Sound like there was a deeper meaning to her statement, but I decided this wasn't the time or place to pursue it.
The Takumi Sumino I know is essentially a good person. He cherishes his friends, has a strong sense of justice, and possesses good leadership qualities. Someone worthy of my trust. However, you killed Eito on the night of day 2. A would-be traitor who had yet to do anything out of the line. That created some doubts in me. I had to wonder if the Takumi I'm seeing right now is the Takumi I know. That is why I've been assessing you from a slight distance. To see whether you, the person you are right now, can be trusted.
Starting to make sense now. Like why she wanted to come with me to second to last Defense Academy when I went there. She wanted to use the opportunity to ascertain my humanity.
Sorry. I sneezed.
Gesundheit.
I couldn't find a definitive answer to my question. Until that day, when the game sponsor appeared and fatally wounded Kurara. You were the first to attack that unknown enemy in order to save him, with no care about what might happen to yourself. You were like a ray of light back then, and that's when I was convinced.
You are the Takumi I know. The same kind-hearted Takumi Sumino, with the most disheveled and generic mug, who always puts his friends above himself.
My tears threatened to spill over despite myself. To think there was someone who still had so much faith in me after being called the Grim Reaper by everyone else.
There, I said it. Now are you willing to work with me to bring down the sponsor? I'm not taking no for an answer.
I wasn't as cold-hearted as to say no to someone who would just bared so much of their heart to me. However, you know I want nothing more than to do just that. But I'm already in a team with Yugamu. What should we do about him?
Oh.
He's welcome to join us. His knowledge in biology will be very helpful in analyzing the body of that bee.
You may not want to go against the sponsor, though. When it comes to killing someone, he tends to err on the side of discretion and deliberation.
That's where your leadership abilities come into play.
Leader... what?
You have just been appointed the leader of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance.
Hang on a minute. Shouldn't the one who suggested the partnership in the first place be responsible for taking the lead and...
You know I'm not the leader type. Barking orders is just not my kind of thing.
Excuse me. You expect me to believe you after all that tyranny you displayed in the previous 100 days? To be fair, I think that's a fairly good indicator that she's a very bad leader.
I'll leave the convincing to you, leader. The Anti-Sponsor Alliance will turn the situation around. To be fair, though, I think the only orders that most people would want her would go ahead and have a riding crop in her hand and a dominatrix outfit on.
God damn. Defeating the invincible sponsor of the game. Sounds impossible. Being told we could do this by Hiroko of all people. Someone felt like we really could. Maybe the others would have a better opinion of me if I played part in taking down the sponsor. Maybe we could be friends again! I felt like clinging to that small ray of hope that had lightened up in my heart. Yes.
She's gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong?
Am I wrong, though? There is probably...
She wore a dress and came down in a bubble, dog.
Oh, we're still on chapter 15A, so I'm guessing that means that siding against Yugamu would have just ended with a game over.
An alliance? Sure, sign me up.
Yugamu agreed to join the Anti-Sponsor Alliance so readily I almost felt disappointed. That's it? You're not gonna think about it a little more? We're gonna go up against someone virtually invincible, you know? It's a risky gamble that may very well end up in our own deaths.
The same amount of risk we're facing if we continue playing this game, right? We may not end up in the last place during the first round, but what about the second? What about the third, the fourth, and so on? We'd be completely worn out by then. Would we be able to drive away any commanders who chose to launch an attack during that time?
Either way, our strength will slowly be sapped away.
Exactly. None of the others have noticed yet, but we're standing at the crossroads of destiny right now.
I hate that game.
Either we break free of the situation, either by defeating the sponsor, or getting slowly tortured to death as the game drags on. So you can imagine how grateful I am to Hiroko for taking the lead in revolting against the status quo. The thing is...
His expression darkened.
I have one major cause of concern with this alliance.
Oh, come on! What's that?
Hiroko's current teammate, Darumi.
Yeah, that's
She's
pretty
made
fair.
no secret of how much she loves killing games.
She fucking loves killing games,
You
Takumi.
super wants it.
Hard to believe she'd be sympathetic to our quest to put an end to this game, you know what I mean.
I'm sure Hiroko will find a clever way to hide it from her or something. She said as much last night. But what does Darumi think about this plan? Telling the sponsor to end the game. Should make him mad because she loves her killing games so much.
I'm keeping it a secret from her. She's merely my in-game partner. That's all.
Oh.
I was never going to let her join the Anti-Sponsor Alliance.
Damn. In roleplay romance only.
Incomprehensible. Why even bother teaming up with her in the first place?
I feel like Darumi's gonna get hurt by this. When it's like, damn, wait, we had a romantic thing going on in our tabletop
What
game.
if Hiroko just kills Darumi?
We had a romantic thing going on in our tabletop game. What do you mean we aren't actually dating in real life? What the fuck?
It just cuts to that SpongeBob bit, but it's just Darumi where Patrick is standing and she's just yelling out.
We had was special. I'm sure she has her reasons that she won't reveal even if we pressed.
Ah yes, femme fatale, thy name is Hiroko. Not that I approve of allies keeping secrets from each other.
Somebody draw that.
You speak for yourself.
You sound very tired today.
I'm always
We'll put
tired.
Darmy on the back burner for now. So what exactly are we expected to do?
Also, to clarify, I've been trying to beat out midday naps from myself, so I've been trying to avoid actually taking a nap. Good question.
Good call. Our top priority is to earn as many points as possible. The plan immediately falls apart if anyone in this alliance gets executed in the first round. Stay in a rank that safeguards you from that outcome.
Understood. Safety first.
Basically, focus on the hunt in the morning and anti-sponsor alliance activities in the afternoon. Your role in this alliance is...
Oh,
I want the anatomy and abilities of this bee to be thoroughly analyzed.
To be?
This will primarily be Yugama's job, since he's so good at dissection.
Good? You mean fabulous. I'm dying to get my hands on those bee remains already.
Whoa.
Be the way, what's your role?
Oh my god. Takumi, I want you to investigate the identity of the sponsor. Focus on whether they're an invader.
Okay. How exactly am I gonna do that? Look up books in the library or something?
oh.
Let's see, right?
Horses for courses and all that jazz, right? Best person to ask about invaders would be an invader herself.
So Ava then?
Yeah. Hiroko passed me the key to the cage in the courtyard and said she'd leave the interrogation to me.
You think she'll be cooperative? She's a former commander we captured and imprisoned. I doubt she'll betray her companions so easily. I know, let me tag along. I'm quite the killer torturer if I do say so myself.
I thought you were just gonna say slurp. I thought you were just gonna say slurp. No, you stay far, far away from her. Wipe that drool off your face. It wasn't easy for me to build some semblance of a friendly relationship with Ava, and I wasn't about to let this lunatic flush that down the proverbial toilet.
Acknowledged. I'll follow Hiroko's general directions as instructed. That means going out there is going to earn some invader points right now. Ready, Takumi?
Yeah, ready when you are.
Damn it, now you got me doing it.
We took out our weapons and went around attacking the invaders, loitering the ruins. I applied Yagami's advice from yesterday and treated the killings as mundane work. Lifting up my sword quietly, and bringing it down nonchalantly. It's just work, I kept repeating to myself in my head. Exactly. As you do. Exactly. Exactly as you do. Oh no, I broke it!
Wait, no, Patrick! Sorry, I forgot the, whatever, this bit. Who was Ava?
You?
The prisoner.
No, that sponsor isn't one of us.
When I asked Ava about the sponsor's identity, she flatly rejected the possibility of them being an invader.
Absolutely impossible. I can stake my life on it.
You must have solid proof to be so sure.
Oh my god, stop yawning, now I'm yawning!
The proof is in the strangeness of their abilities. If they were truly one of our ilk, they wouldn't be using blood-sucking bees to fight.
What do you mean? Bees are taboo in your religion or something?
Not the bee. The blood-sucking.
Oh yeah, you can't turn people into mummies in their religion.
The absorption of divine... The absorption of divine blood is strictly prohibited in our commandments.
Divine blood? Meaning the cryptoglobin running in our veins. Absorbing cryptoglobin was prohibited. That reminds me of something similar I heard during my previous 100 days. Oh yeah, that's right, team!
Oh golly!
Which proved that the sponsor of this game couldn't have been an invader since they absorbed Kararo's cryptoglobin.
First of all, if the host were one of us, why would they organize a game to hunt down their own kind?
Yeah, Good point. It did make sense for an invader to urge the enemy to hunt down their invaders. However, this did complicate matters. The sponsor was neither a special defense unit nor a school invader. Does that mean that they were an unknown third party?
By the way, Takumi, if you don't mind me asking,
Where's my mask? They would suddenly change the subject.
Remember that favor I asked for the other day? Did you bring it for me?
Bring what?
You know, my mask. You promised me you'd return it to me.
Right, she did ask me for her mask a while back. Yeah,
I remember from that time when she asked me about it.
Took him a fucking minute. That's really important to her. As much as I'd like to give it back to her right now. I'm sorry, Ava. I'm gonna have to go back on that promise. You have to bury your face for a little while longer.
Why? Why are you being so mean to me?
Grabbed hold of the cage bars and she protested, tears welling up in her eyes.
Exposing our plain faces is as embarrassing as walking around outside without clothing. Do you enjoy humiliating me so much? This is prisoner abuse!
Wait, calm down. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just... the timing's not right.
What do you mean the timing's not right?
The mask is a symbol of your identity as commander, right? Wearing it will make everyone realize you're also a target of the invader hunt. As a commander, Ava is most likely one of the targets of this game. Her death would likely result in a lot of points. If anyone realized that, she was bound to be murdered sooner or later. I can't give you back your mask in order to keep you safe, that's all.
I can protect myself. I'm not known as a hero among my people for nothing.
But you can't use any of your powers when you're inside this prison. You'd be like a sitting duck.
But...
Look, you have to just accept it. I'm not about to sit around and watch you get killed. You're not getting your mask back no matter what. Ava looked entirely unconvinced. It seemed like she was about to protest again, but...
This is awful.
She sighed deeply in what sounded like resignation to me. Hey, cheer up. Once the game is over, you can have your mask back, okay? A maskless life isn't that bad once in a while, see? No risk of heat damage to your face. Oh my god. Hello. Whoa. I'm very sorry. She ignored my encouragements and apologies in favor of glaring at me through half-lidded eyes.
You're so useless. Can't even fetch a simple mask for me?
Huh? Thought I'd been imagining things. Did you just whisper something really out of character for her? Ava, sorry, can you repeat that again? Did I hear you calling me useless?
Do you have a problem with me speaking the truth now? I can go on, you know.
Takumi's a gibbering idiot! The enemy of all maidenkind! Downright pervert! I'll sue you for prisoner abuse one day.
Plus they have courts.
Ava's done a complete about-face. What could have transformed this sweet, docile lady from just now into a sharp-tongued witch? I'm guessing that these are your true colors, huh?
Yes, I'm done playing nice. I know I won't be getting anything out of you. Ugh, this is the pits of the pits. After all that hard work, I didn't even get to see a glimpse of my mask. Why don't you just give it back already?
The shock of not being able to get her mask back made Ava burst into tears. She'd been putting on an act all this time. I was astonished by that fact and annoyed by her hurtful accusations, but... What am I supposed to do now? Oh, that's you, fuck.
What am I supposed to do now?
I couldn't muster up the anger to chide her as she wept sadly. She was like likely mentally strained from the stress of being held in the middle of an enemy stronghold. No wonder everybody hates me. I quietly left the courtyard as to not agitate Ava any further. Not even the option to fucking get Ava's mask back.
Nope.
Once night fell.
See you later, fuckers.
Grill me a cheese.
This also implies that she was putting on the same sort of act, at least, with Shoma.
No, probably too. I mean, the only problem is that she couldn't fucking hear anything. We couldn't tell what she was saying.
Oh, pretty much, yes.
The bedtime announcement played. By rights, we should all be turning off the lights and jumping into bed right now, but
The Alliance meeting shall now begin. We'll take turns to share our findings of the day with each other.
It had been decided that the Anti-Sponsor Alliance would be holding nightly meetings in my room to exchange information starting from tonight.
You start first, Takumi. Learned anything about the new identity of the sponsor?
Huh?
Yeah, according to what Ava told me, share the result of my investigation with everyone, about how the bee could not have been a weapon of an invader, that blood-sucking was taboo to invaders, so the sponsor couldn't have been one since they sucked Kurara's blood. In conclusion, it's quite likely the sponsor is an unknown third party unrelated to the school's the school's invaders. That's all from me.
We're already having enough trouble with the invaders, and now there's a third party. This is highly displeasing.
Oh.
Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence.
Thanks, but can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while?
I'll work on it if I feel like it.
So, that's a no.
Allow me to go next. After dismembering the dead bee and investigating its anatomy, I made several discoveries.
Oh, do go on.
First of all, the bee was modeled after a type of parasitic wasp.
Ah.
It's not a bee at all. A horrible species that parasitizes the bodies of butterfly larvae and feeds off their innards.
Oh.
Basically, that bee was simply a scaled-up version of a parasitic wasp.
Then it's not a bee!
There's just one major difference between this bee and an actual parasitic wasp. It's a bee.
The stingers?
Bees and hornets usually use their stingers to inject poison into an enemy's body. However, this giant bee uses it to suck stuff out.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Like a blood collecting device of sorts. It's more like a mosquito stinger.
Wow.
You mean like it's tube?
A
Proboscis!
proboscis.
Proboscis, that's it, thank you!
He also the bee used it to suck the blood out of Kurara.
Yes, and she was drained in a few seconds, a testament to the strength of its suction.
A test of your suction.
But it does bring up another question. The body of the bee has nowhere to store the blood it sucks. So where did Kurara's blood disappear to?
Maybe. It was warped to another place instantly.
It's likely that's what's happening. Maybe it's designed to transfer all the nutrients it sucks up into the sponsor's stomach.
In other words, the sponsor's using the bees to consume cryptoglobin.
Just a hypothesis.
That turned out to be true. It would mean the sponsor absorbed Kurara's blood. Ugh. The thought of my friend's blood being used as food sparked an intense rage within me.
And that's all I've got. Let's see what Hiroko has to say now. Any progress on that suit the sponsor's wearing?
Yes, I'd venture to say there's been some major progress. Much more than I initially expected. I may be able to get my hands on a spare suit worn by the sponsor in the very near future.
There's a spare suit?
Yes. And I'm almost pinpointed its location. All that's left is to refine the coordinates.
Hiroko previous to the sponsor's invincibility came from that suit. If we could secure something similar, wouldn't that make us invincible as well? Where's the spare? We can look for it together!
No, that won't work. I'll search for it myself.
Why? 3 sets of eyes are faster than 1, right?
Because I'm the only one who can find that place. Something terrible beyond all imagination may happen if someone other than me discovered it. So don't even try. Understand?
Her sort of tone made it clear that there would be no further discussion on the matter. Something that could cause the usually placid Hiroko to get so worked up had to be extraordinary.
Okay. I'll respect your wishes, even if I don't understand them.
It's for the best.
Moving on, what's the plan for tomorrow and beyond?
I need you two to continue your research. We're having a dire lack of good information right now.
Okay.
Don't forget to keep earning points in the game as well. Stay in 6th place, or higher.
Oh.
Also, avoid situations that may end up with you dying to mere minions. As usual, we're going with safety first. If you accidentally die, I'll bring you back to life and kill you myself, Takumi.
Why only me?
Because if anyone will screw up, it's you.
I'll be fine. Yugamu's with me. I'm not that bad of a fighter myself. You should be watching out for yourself. You're the first one to die last time.
Please, are you talking to me? I'm much stronger than the Hiroko you knew.
Actually, literally, because of the new Game Plus mechanics.
Darumi and I can take out a commander or two by ourselves.
Darumi, huh?
Yugamu's expression darkened at that.
Hiroko, I just don't get it. Why would you team up with Darumi of all people? I'll be brutally honest, the fact that you're a team doesn't sit right with me. She loves her killing games. I can't imagine she won't at least try to sabotage our work if she ever finds out about it.
Rest assured that she'll never find out. She's just my in-game partner. Nothing more, nothing less.
What's that Darumi-shaped indentation coming through the door?
I'm talking about the what-ifs right now. You can't guarantee that it won't happen. You really ought to dissolve your partnership with her.
You need to break up with Darumi.
No,
Giving
I'm
you one of
not
my
letting her out of my
world-famous ultimatums.
I'm not letting her out of my... I didn't get to finish that line.
Ah, fuck.
She has an important role to play as well.
Which is?
I can't tell you.
No, what you mean,
Why not? Shouldn't allies share as much information with each other as possible?
Yugama continued to question Hiroko about her reason for teaming up with Darumi, but she kept quiet throughout. She didn't say shit. The alliance meeting ended on a slightly sour note because of that. But
Serious memes gone sexual.
it had been 4 days since the killing game started, and I'd gotten used to fighting outside the academy. I would wander around town quietly and search for invaders and strike them down using as little energy as possible. You know, I'm beginning to see. I think for the sake of for the sake of our sanity and for how long this is going to be, I'm gonna start skipping redundant in-game like monologuing where it's like it's just him repeating what he's going to do, or like them saying, "Then I explained everything," so on and so forth. Just like, you know, cutting some very small, generally meaningless corners. Nice. Seems
What
like
if
I'm
the
in pretty good
corners
form
actually
today.
mean something?
Well, then we'll get to them when we get to them. Seems like I'm in a pretty good. Seems like I'm in pretty good form today. I doubted I would end up in last place in the first round if I kept this up, but ensuring my survival alone was enough to put me at ease. The ultimate goal at the end is I know. The sponsor hoping to achieve in making us do this. I mean, well, if the bees are making them sup up hemoglobin, then, like, everybody is going to, like, keep trying and trying to kill, and they're going to get more hemoglobin, thus making the sponsor even more powerful. Wait, the sponsor and Sarah were similar. Both are trying to make us fight invaders. Except Sarah never ordered us to fight outside the academy. It was just to be fought on the academy grounds. On the other hand, the rules laid down by the sponsor basically forbid us from doing so. They're designed to make us fight outside. The sponsors are determined to make us fight out here. They now want us using the Revive-O-Matic. Dying outside meant our dead bodies couldn't be revived. Wasn't that sponsor's objective? To ensure that anyone who died would stay dead?
Hey Takumi, when did your hands go on vacation?
I was jolted back to reality by Yugamu's teasing. Sorry, just thinking about something.
It's dangerous to think and kill at the same time. There's a fine line between familiarity and carelessness. Keep your mind on the hunt for now. Don't forget that Hiroko warned you last night about getting killed.
You're right. Sorry about that. I refocused my mind to the task at hand. With my sword in hand and my mind clear, I resumed work hunting down the invaders. And then we killed a bunch of stuff. We got really good at it. Returned to the academy a little past noon and immediately made our way to the leisure lounge.
Leisure lounge.
Oh, damn! Moko got ahead of us. Shit. Also, I guess
Well, I mean, it's Moko.
True. Oh, yeah,
I'm surprised it's Tsubasa, though.
Shoma's still in fucking last place.
I mean, he is still Shoma. You see, the problem is they don't list numbers. It's just, nah, here it is. Boom. Takamaru's actually surprisingly low.
To be fair, I think he's more focused on being defensive than, like, actually getting kills.
Well, that, or I think he's, I think he's also giving away some kills to Kako and Ima.
Also, if I was gonna be honest, I think the main thing is that, like, Takemaru is more of a defensive unit anyway.
I'm in 4th place, and Yugamu's in 6th.
Our positions had slipped from the first day, but we were still within the top bracket. Since it was already the 4th day, it was unlikely we would tumble all the way to the bottom this round unless something catastrophic happened.
Shoma's currently in last place.
I told myself not to look at the other positions. My eyes naturally drifted to the last spot. Speaking of leadership positions, leaderboard positions.
Tsubasa's is surprisingly high.
She was clearly holding her teammates back yesterday. You see, this is what I keep saying. Tsubasa's kind of sus this run around, actually.
She's likely benefiting from the point sharing system.
What point sharing system?
What? You haven't noticed? There's a way to earn points in this game without killing any invaders yourself.
Yama took out a notepad and started drawing some sort of diagram on it.
Let's say, for example, a 10-point enemy appears in front of you. You kill that enemy by yourself, you gain 10 whole points. But if I help you in the fight, I gain a percentage of those 10 points. Could be a 50-50 or 80-20 split depending on the situation. It all hinges on how much each person contributed to the fight. Simply joining the fight earns you at least 10% of the points. Tsubasa's Hemo Anima is very versatile, so I'm sure she's earning points by supporting the others.
Every member of the team gets some credit as long as they work together. Like in sports?
A strange but fitting comparison. Well, it's hunting for sport. Weaker players earning points by focusing their efforts on supporting others. Stronger players gain support by offering to share points with those who do. This game may not be about pure combat prowess, but how well we work together.
We're being tested on a teamwork? In a killing game? A killing game usually pits participants against each other, but the rules for this one clearly lent itself to fostering teamwork. Had this been implemented to adjust the difficulty of the game to our level, did the sponsor just have some ulterior motive? Went back to my room. What should I do this afternoon? But it's not easy as it sounds. I feel like I need a clearer direction. Like, where is this supposed to even start? I think a hint that starts to help me get the ball rolling. We'll just have to go ask around. Ask around for information would be the best way to find clues that might shed light. That's what I'll be doing today. I'll go ask people. I can't just be holding up my room all day without at least trying something. See myself before dashing out of the room. Hey, Tsubasa, what's up? Takumi?
Sorry, I was eating chip.
Okay.
Takumi?
Tsubasa lowered her eyes awkwardly when I called out to her.
I'm sorry for abandoning you the other day. Did everything turn out alright after that?
No, I'm dead now, actually. Yeah, I managed to walk away with my life somehow. Yugamu and I are on a team now.
I'm just glad you're safe. I don't want to see any more of my friends dying. Though that means Shoma's in trouble for the first round, huh?
Why?
He's not taking part in the game at all. Wait, what?
Yeah, no, he's not.
Himari's been pulling out all the stops to invite him, but he refuses to even leave his room.
Huh?
I see. Shoma's probably gonna be the first to die if things continue like this. But we could save him if we took down the sponsor before that happened. Tsubasa, do you happen to know anything about the sponsor? I'm trying to find out their true identity.
That's a question I'd like to answer myself.
I don't know. Do you know anything? I don't know.
Why did they show up and make us take part in this killing game? None of it makes any sense.
Oh, okay.
I think it's because Kodaka just needed to include his killing game stuff.
I mean, to be fair, he's made it fairly clear he's not super fond of killing games, actually.
Oh, wait, seriously? Kodaka
Yeah.
said that?
Did you see the end of V3?
Yes, I was there!
Ava was in her cell looking as dejected as I'd left her. She's clearly still aghast at not being able to get her mask back. I guess we just have to keep checking
No
in on
dice
her.
you're gonna get any. No dice you're gonna get any info for her.
I mean, we already kind of established that there's not really much to gain from Eva at this particular point in time. I got intrusive thoughts about drawing graffiti on the blackboard, only to get stopped by the fact it's actually a monitor.
Do not speak to me as if we were friends. I will never, ever forgive you for sending Lady Kurara to her dismal death.
I thought we were over there.
Begone, accursed Grim Reaper! And give Lady Kurara back to me!
Kyoshika sounds like she's an elderly person on her deathbed, like, crying out to God for one more chance at life.
Calm down, Kyoshika! I'm sorry, Takumi, but Kyoshika's still very angry about what happened, so...
I know I wasn't popular, but actually having such vitriol spewed directly in my face was a sobering experience. Hey, Darumi.
Fuck off.
I didn't even say anything yet.
Okay.
There we go.
This is bliss!
Whoa! Who just shouted?
It is I, Darby! And I'm shouting because this is the happiest I've ever been! Yeah! Killing game? Check! Mr. Hiroko's lapdog? Check! Killing and killing and killing every day and night? Check, check, check! My Mistress Hiroko's loyal lapdog in a killing game. Well, does a person need to be happy in life? Thinking about how I'm gonna wring the innards out of the invaders tomorrow releases so many endorphins into my brain and make us pass out from sheer pleasure.
Darumi was enjoying the current situation with every fiber of her being.
No, I've gotta wipe the drool off my face.
I still couldn't understand why Hiroko would team up with someone like that.
Sorry, I had to wipe the drool off my face.
Oh my god. Hi,
When I go whole hog in the
Moko.
roll, I get whole hog.
You know about the sponsor's identity? Oh my, are you investigating that too? Too?
Wait, what?
As in you're also looking into this? You bet! I even tried to film a day in the life documentary of the sponsor some time ago. Day in the life? First I made a camera with the Gift-O-Matic, and I tailed the sponsor around for 24 hours. That way, if they ever revealed their face during that time, we'd catch it on film, right? And you did? Did you? Oh, I wish. They clung to that spacesuit like it was the championship belt itself.
Oh
It's
boy.
impossible to carry out any sort of daily routine with that suit on. What about food? The sponsor doesn't eat. Doesn't eat? Yeah, I never saw them eat, even sleep once. Just get budging on orders of their B underlings day in, day out. Sponsor can stay active for 24 hours without any food or sleep. Sounds unbelievable to me, but Moko wasn't the type to tell tall tales. We're dealing with a real main event headliner here. Better be ready for a Royal Rumble if you're trying to unveil their real identity.
Speaking of Royal Rumble, Rhodes is back up again, going against Cena and Logan Paul. This shit's gonna be wild, bruh.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
I want Logan Paul.
Takemaru, can I have a minute? I'm gathering information about the sponsor right now, and... Oh yeah, sorry man.
You're Takuma.
I ain't got nothing to say to you. You're just bad luck these days. Everything you touch turns to ashes.
Ouch!
Bad luck, huh? Just being part of the being the school jinx, I guess.
Oh!
Okay, I've collected quite a bit of information. I've learned a lot and was glad I mustered up the courage to talk to everyone. Putting the information down in a notebook I prepared for the nightly meeting. The Anti-Sponsor Alliance, the bedtime announcement was now a call to action instead of a reminder to rest. A sign for us to gather and report on the day's findings. So now we know it's highly possible for the sponsor doesn't eat or sleep.
And still manages to be so powerful. They should just quit sponsoring killing games and go make a killing in the business world instead. Who wouldn't be impressed by a corporate soldier who can work all day and night?
There's neither the time nor the place to be joking around.
It's precisely the time and place to be funny. Morbid humor is the best way to deal with morbid situations. That's just how strong the enemy we're up against is, right, Hiruko?
This sponsor person is an enigma. Stays active for 24 hours without any sort of nutritional replenishment. Are we dealing with a robot?
We can't rule out that possibility considering what little we know about their identity.
Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence.
Thanks. But can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while?
Was that a joke? It must be. Your entire existence is one.
Well, aren't you something yourself?
Allow me to share my additional findings on the bee's anatomy next.
That's my favorite version of Grey's Anatomy.
I got down to business to defeat the Huns today by dismembering the bee to its smallest parts. Some interesting truths were uncovered as a result.
Whoa!
Despite a tough and grandiose appearance, it doesn't quite have the hardiness to match. The joints snapped out of place if you even look at them wrong, and the stinger comes off, without much effort as well. It's as fragile as life itself.
But it can't be so weak. Those bees killed Kurara like it was nothing.
Their bodies were likely enhanced by some supernatural means when they were still alive. Supernatural, in other words, hemoanima.
The ability to move around without needing to eat or rest. Hemoanima enhanced bees. The more try to pry into the sponsor's business, the more of their uncanny strengths we seem to uncover. But none of these prove that the sponsor themselves was impossible to defeat. We could just find a way to get them out of that invincibility suit.
Last but not least, let's hear what Hiruko has to tell us. Did you find that spare suit you talked about?
Yes, I pinpointed the location yesterday. If all goes well, I should be able to get my hands on the suit by tomorrow.
Really?
I honestly wasn't expecting to find it so soon either. Once we actually have it, uncovering a weakness or two should be trivial work. Unfortunately for the sponsor, their invader hunt is about to draw to a premature close.
An end to this abominable invader hunt seemed like a dream, but Hirko seemed confident the odds were in our favor.
Anything we can do to help you secure the spare suit?
Quite a lot. In fact, I'd venture to say I couldn't possibly recover the suit without your help. The suit is located somewhere to the south of this campus. Actually, getting the suit is going to be the easy part. The thing is, if these bees flying around find out what we're doing, all our efforts will go down the drain.
Because then the sponsor would realize what we're up to.
That's why we're going to need a little bit of creative prep work to hoodwink those roaming bees.
With that preface, Hiroko shared with us a brief outline of her plan.
Our operation commences at 700 a.m. tomorrow.
You gotta say 7 a.m.
Sorry. The three of us here plus Darmi will head south in the direction of town.
Oh.
Once we're somewhere in the vicinity of this area, we'll start hunting down invaders. As we do, we'll destroy the ruins around there in the flashiest way possible, kicking up as much dust and ash as we can. I'll move a sudden drop in visibility as camouflage to secretly move to the place with the spare suit without being discovered by the bees. We'll meet up once I find the suit. And rush back to the school to examine it until we can discover its weaknesses. After we ascertain a way to destroy the invincibility suit,
1 second.
it's showdown time with the sponsor.
Hiriko's plan was simple but bold. He would absolutely end everything tomorrow if circumstances allowed, but both the invader hunt and the sponsor themselves.
Will you help me, Takumi and Yugamu?
An earnest plea for help from Hiriko without her usual barbs was a straight yes from me. I nodded vigorously. Of course I'll help. Let's get that suit and bring down the sponsor to get...
I'm against this plan. I won't be joining it.
What's gotten into you, Yugamu? Something wrong with the plan?
Nothing wrong with the plan per se. What's wrong is one of the participants.
Hold on a moment.
Darmi.
Oh.
Hiriko, why are you letting Darumi join the operation tomorrow? You've been insisting all this time she's nothing but your in-game partner, and not a member of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance.
She's very strong. She'll be useful in combat.
That's nice, but what guarantee is there she won't turn around and slit our throats after learning of the plan? She lives and breathes killing games. I can already picture her lunging at us in unrestrained anger when she finds out we're trying to put a stop to her beloved game.
You're overthinking this. She'll be too engrossed in the game to even notice what we're doing.
That's my point, see? It's counterproductive to let someone so engrossed with killing games into our confidence.
I disagree. I'm bringing her along tomorrow by hook or by crook. I have my reasons.
Oh, such as?
This discussion was leading nowhere. Neither Hiriko nor Yugamu seemed willing to compromise. Tomorrow's operation would be aborted if we didn't find a way to break the stalemate. I had to do something. I'm afraid I have to take Yugamu's side this time, Hiriko. We're putting our lives on the line tomorrow. Yet at the same time, you're trying to involve someone outside of the Alliance. You can't blame us for feeling hesitant.
Even you think so.
She averted her eyes and bit her lips.
Fine. I won't ask for your help anymore. I'll get the suit myself.
Hold on, I'm not finding fault with you or anything. Risa quickly grabbed Hiriko's hand before she could leave the room. We understand you have secrets and you can't fully share with us, and we know you have your reasons. But can't you at least tell us something? There has to be something out of the ordinary, right? Not the type to insist on doing things your way for mere selfish reasons.
And how are you so sure I'm not?
Because you trusted me. So I trust you too. It was Hiriko who trusted me and brought me out when everyone else was shunning me and calling me a jinx. If she needed help, I wanted to do everything in my power to help her. Quietly pleaded with Hiriko while intently staring at her in the eyes, praying hard that she would trust and lean on me. And then... there's a sigh of resignation.
The trouble with your generic face is how completely disarms me when you're spouting the occasional heroic-like rhetoric. Very well. You will have a full explanation on why I must bring Darumi along.
Really?
Yes, but not here. Outside. I'll be waiting for you on the roof. Come alone.
That she exited the room, but her wanting to meet with me alone would mean...
Oh, for the love of murder. I'm the outcast now, eh? I don't mind. Go ahead, Takumi. I'll be right here keeping your bed warm until you return.
Dude!
Yeah, thanks. I'll be right back after I hear what she has to say. Also, don't touch my bed.
No promises.
Oh my god. Please promise! I left Yugamo behind in my room and went out onto the roof. The roof.
Huh?
Huh? Hiroko? I didn't see Hiroko on the roof even though she said she'd be waiting for me there. Unless she went back to her room.
Dead. Oh, never mind.
Over here, Takumi.
I turned toward the direction of
Oh!
the voice and saw Hiroko
Lucy
on the
Jean.
ledge. She was staring intently at something. Followed her gaze and... There's the artificial satellite, floating in the night sky.
Do you long to see the people living there again?
Your question was sudden and unexpected.
Of course I do. That's what I'm fighting so hard for.
Yes, you would be right. We're all fighting here because there are people we want to see again. We'll be able to go back to them after this war ends. That's what motivates us to keep going. In other words, that's why we're so determined not to die here. However, Darumi has none of that. She's got nowhere to return to.
Nowhere?
Oh.
Surely she has family who can take her in.
Have you not been listening to all the horrible things she's been saying, like, in your face?
Not all family.
Even the stuff that's treated as non sequitur and.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I expect you to understand.
She was right. I didn't understand. My family is poggers. How could I? Here's my cherished dream to be surrounded by my parents and Karua at the dinner table again someday.
Takumi,
It's happening!
do you know why Darumi is so enamored with killing games?
No?
It's very simple. She grew up in an environment that was like a killing game in itself. If she'd let her guard down, even for a brief moment, she'd be abused by her parents or teachers. Punishment awaited her at every turn for no reason other than the adults in her life having a bad day. None of the grown-ups who were supposed to be looking out for her reached out to help in her time of need. You see? Just like a killing game, right?
I had an inkling Darumi may now have not come from the best of family environments. But I had no idea it was that bad. Yeah. Yeah. She wasn't kidding about that.
And when you go through life living like that, you can't help but wonder, why only me?
Yeah. That's understandable.
Why am I the only one suffering like this? Why can't everyone suffer together with me? Young and old, male and female. We should all suffer together. Use up our lives, our very existences, to entertain ourselves through misery. That's why she loves her killing game so much. It's the closest thing to her ideal world she can find.
So she was being dead serious when she talked about wanting to start a killing game.
Dead and buried 6 feet underground. She would have given her life for it.
What sort of mentality could drive a person to be this desperate for a killing game to begin?
Her wish to see the whole world turn into a killing game was never going to come true under normal circumstances. But as fate decreed, that wish somehow actually did come true.
Sponsor of the killing game suddenly, yeah. Dara must have felt like her childhood dream was finally coming true.
She's on cloud 9 right now. Living out a dream that once seemed impossible to achieve. And she intends to die in it. After playing to her heart's content.
Die? Even though her dream finally came true.
Exactly. Now that her dream has come true, she has nothing to live for anymore.
She didn't look like someone who wanted to die, though. The few times I've seen her outside the academy.
In fact, you guys were slaughtering the school invaders together quite enthusiastically.
Someone who fought with such wanton abandon in a situation where there was no coming back from death wouldn't exactly be mentally sound, could they?
He was right. Someone with normal sensitivities would be a lot more cautious about this.
Without me keeping a close eye on her, she'll be running headlong into the largest group of invaders she can find. If I don't keep forcing her to return together, she'll keep on fighting, even past her limits. Even after returning, she always wants to go right back out to continue the hunt. It's not easy for me to keep pulling her back.
Man, I'll level with you. I think there's another reason why she's so enthusiastic about this.
Basically committing slow suicide. I can't take my eyes
Sorry, a
off
bonus
her for a
reason.
minute.
Is that why you're so insistent on bringing her along for tomorrow's operation?
I just don't want to leave her alone to her own devices. A short while's fine, but I get the feeling we may be taking a while tomorrow. I have to take her along. If I don't want to come back to a dead Darumi, this whole plan would be pointless if even one person dies.
I was completely dumbfounded. Hiroko was serious about saving everyone's lives. And again, Hiroko had always been like that. Even last time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm aware. I remember this part.
We all do.
She would ensure that no one got left behind by snatching them from the jaws of death, even if it meant taking their place. Her tenacity in this aspect had saved me, and was now saving Darumi. My body trembled involuntarily when I realized the depth of Hiroko's determination. I had to admit it, but she was the real hero here.
I feel bad for Darumi, but this game needs to end. The sooner the better. She's never going to come to her senses unless she first wakes up from this sham of a dream. I'm begging you here, Takumi. Help me tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. How could I possibly turn down a request from this awesome hero standing before me?
Huh?
I'll convince Yugamu to help as well. Can't believe he'll turn us down after I explain the situation to him. 4 of us will rampage through town together tomorrow and put an end to the invader hunt. Stretched her hand spontaneously and exchanged a firm and solemn handshake. The only thing going through my mind at the time was what I could do to protect Hiroko's kind-hearted resolve. We'd work together to defeat the sponsor, and then... let's all get to the best day 100 together. Gaku's already dead! We're not doing that! But I was too naive. Kind-heartedness had no place in the battlefield, because it was Hiroko's kind-heartedness that led her to end up like that. Huh? Day 30?
Hiroko!
Oh my god!
Oh, fuck!
She was lying on the ground with blood pouring out of her back. This is a mortal wound. There's no way she could recover from this. The attacker, if I remember correctly, is the...
Squad 3 Commander!
What is the commander doing here? Why is Hiroko lying in a pool of her own blood? Was she defeated by the commander? Nothing was making sense. I was in a state of confusion.
How did this happen?
My plan had been proceeding smoothly. Set off early, reached the part of town south of the school and started doing battle. Using the flashiest skills we had in our arsenal, we hunted down every invader in the area. This is to draw the flying bee's attention to us. Sometime after the battle began, Hiroko circled the arena like she had planned, so the area like she had planned in order to secure the spare suit. The bees were struggling to count the points Yugamu and I were racking up and didn't notice her sudden absence. I felt like the plan was actually going to work. All we had to do was wait for Hiroko to return with the suit that would lead us to victory, and something unexpected happened. I took my eyes off Darumi, who had been fighting with us for only a short while, and she vanished in that moment. Probably got overly excited and decided to expand her hunting territory. I panicked. Hiroko would be heartbroken if anything happened to Darumi. I ran out in the vicinity in a desperate attempt to locate her, all the while imploring her in my heart to not do anything reckless that might end up making Hiroko sad. I was praying for her safety, just I'd finally caught sight of Darumi on the other side of some rubble. The unthinkable happened. Couldn't make head nor tail of the scene no matter how long or hard I stared at it.
Why? Why is this happening? Get a hold of yourself, Takumi.
I snapped back to my senses at Yugamu's yelling. Yugamu! Hiroko's down. Most likely by a commander. Yugamu's face twisted into a hateful scowl when he turned to look at the commander.
That's why I didn't want Darumi to come along. She's too high profile in a lot of ways. You can't blame the enemy for zeroing in on such an attention-grabbing target on the battlefield.
He's got a point!
I'd wager the commander attacked Darumi first in this case. And when Hiroko tried to help her...
The commander attacked Darumi as she was rampaging around. When Hiroko tried to help, she got struck down instead. What do we do now? How can we save them both?
Run away, that's what. The operations failed.
But we can't just abandon them!
There's nothing we can do to turn the tide of this battle, especially not against a commander. We need to survive that so we can carry on Hiroko's will.
Yugamu's decision was sound. The best outcome we could hope for right now is to avoid all of us dying. Did I really want that? What was the point of surviving if I had to abandon a friend to do it? Abandon Hiroko, Darumi, and escape and wait for another chance, or jump in to save them without caring about the consequences.
Were you about to say Dauber?
I don't know.
Dauber. You said you wanted to keep doing the crazy decisions. Are we saving
We will
Darumi?
save Darumi!
Crazy train's still on the tracks, folks.
It's my future! Me! I'm going to save those
Takumi.
two. You better get out of here before the commander notices you.
Don't be crazy, Takumi. You won't accomplish anything by dying here.
I know. You're absolutely right, but...
You are the Takumi I know. The same kind-hearted Takumi Sumino.
I'm aware. Hiroko put her trust in me. I won't abandon her now. Come on with a battle cry and charged into the fray. Once I reached Hiroko and Darumi, we launched into a painfully one-sided battle against the enemy commander.
No, he took me. You came to save us, huh? Thanks, brah. I hate to disappoint you after you came all this way. We're totally in for a game over here. Mr. Hiriko's already out of action, and I'm basically about to keel over, too. Looks like we bought ourselves a one-way ticket to hell. Why don't we just accept it and all die together?
If you've got energy to talk, you can still fight. Check out the weaker enemies first.
You got it, boss.
So close today.
Oh shit.
I wonder how many more can I get? Let's so close today.
Oh boy.
I wonder how many more can I get? I can't anymore.
That definitely doesn't help anybody's cases.
So
And is it just me, or are these enemies superiorly stronger?
A bit. But you know, nothing that we can't handle.
piece of cake.
My turn. Ready when you are. This should do it. Here we go. That's it. Oh, I got this.
This guy's name is Adamog.
Here! Let's do this. That's it. Good to go.
I'm out of mana.
Let's go. Time to use it.
Atticus, I see.
Say when. Ha! Let's go.
Stab, stab, stab!
Let's do this. Take this. Got it. I've got this. One last strike. Take care of the rest.
As I thought, huh? Stabby, stab, stab! No good. Don't bother me. Boring.
She got stunned? Jesus.
Let's go.
Thank you for not
Ready when
attacking
you are.
us,
This should
dude.
do it. Let's do this.
I feel like that was a bug.
I don't
Ready
think
when
that
you
that's
are.
unintentional.
Here. Good to go. Ha! I've got this. Here. Let's do this. Ha!
Oh, that's why.
Anyone else get the feeling this commander's just playing with us?
Considering he's standing still and not doing anything, yeah.
He's not even attacking! He's just standing there, all menacing like.
I guess he knows he doesn't need to get involved directly. We're already outnumbered and outclassed. It's only a matter of time until they overwhelm us. Damn it!
Ah.
You really are too dumb to live sometimes. Did you really think you could take on a commander with just two of you?
Yugamu, what are you doing here? I told you to run!
I'm just making the most logical choice I can. We can't afford to lose you, Takumi. We'll have no chance of winning the war if we do. And that means our only chance is to do something about this guy, so we can all get away.
Oh, well, hello,
Sup, Sim?
Sim.
Oh,
We ended up
what did I
teaming-
miss?
We ended up teaming up with Yugamu during the Killing Game, and Hiruko has decided to form the Anti-Killing Game Alliance in order to stop the Killing Game B-Master, and we've started, we've been doing research to prevent bad
How's
things
that
from
going out
happening.
for her?
Hiruko is fucking
Oh,
dead on
snap.
the ground!
So it's going badly.
I mean, she
Also,
did get the suit
Dorami
as far
has
as I
the
can tell.
shittiest one.
Oh yeah,
Also,
Darby.
Dorami has the
Basically, Darby was planning on dying during the Killing Game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
She seems depressed.
Yeah, like her fucking home life sucks. This was like her best chance of getting out, like the height of the enjoyment of her life. It's like, all right, time to go.
Sorry,
much
it
of a
took
plan.
longer than I thought it was gonna because my mom kept pausing it to look stuff up.
Oh jeez.
seriously.
Yeah, that happens
Yeah.
sometimes. It wasn't much of a plan, but at least we had hope now that the three of us might be able to pull it off. Let's do this, guys. Get everything you've got and take him down.
Time to kick ass.
So wait, do we know what the Killing Game guy is? Is this Killing Game man?
The Killing
No,
Game
we do
Man.
not.
It's just a different commander.
Killing Game Man is not an invader, but they're also probably not a human because they don't have to eat or sleep, and they can stay awake for 24 hours straight.
Time for me to move.
Here's some sort of secret third thing.
They might be a third
Seemingly
party.
a robot.
I'm good to go. Time for me to move. This hurts.
Here we go!
Also, Yugamu can be very horny.
That
We already
was-
knew that.
Yeah, we were painfully aware of this.
We were already painfully aware of that fact.
Let's go.
Actually, wait here. If I attack
Time to
potion,
use it.
if I attack potion impact blade, I can get this guy dead.
Got it.
There you go.
Did she at least figure out anything important before she died?
She was able to find a copy of the Beekeeper Man suit. Sorry, the Beekeeper then.
At most, it's probably just an old diver suit. Which, if you've ever seen those things, or even just felt those things,
See?
well, they're super heavy and they're super fucked up.
That is probably fine. Oh damn!
Gotta be
Turbo.
heavy enough to let you walk around on the bottom of the ocean.
Let's go.
Turns out the suits that are designed to make it so that you can walk around in the bottom of the ocean are actually extremely durable.
Let's do this.
And incredibly heavy.
Say when.
That too. Oh, we won! Cool!
Okay, maybe you are sick with it.
It's no use! He's too strong!
He really is just playing with that. An extra fight or two is not going to make any
I don't
difference.
know, I think if they gave us one more turn, we probably would have had it.
For the love of murder, if he's gonna kill us anyway, he could at least go all out too. Half-assing it makes the whole thing feel cheap. This is why I hate fighting invaders.
Don't give up. There must be something we can do.
Nah, dude, we're done. Let's charge in one last time and get blown to smithereens. I always wanted to go on like a bunch of different fireworks.
A lot of options. Are we really gonna die here? Since it seemed all hope was lost.
Take my crypto glue.
Oh,
Our
sorry,
hero's
I
voice,
didn't hear.
Faint and weak, but still determined on my comm channel.
They have
Kiriko?
calm channels?
I thought you passed out.
Yeah.
John?
Sorry, I yawned.
Never mind that. Just absorb my cryptoglobin. It's the only way.
I mean, I'm gonna level with you, Hiroko. I think we got a pretty good shot at doing this. Absorb your cryptoglobin? What are you talking about?
Am I not being clear enough? I want you to kill me. If I'm going to die anyway, you may as well take my power and save yourselves.
But you're my friend! I could never kill you!
I may die, but you'll still have hope. You'll still have the spare suit. Use it to figure out the sponsor's secret and defeat them. Kill me so you can survive.
You can't be serious. There's no way I can do this.
I'm not asking, I'm telling. Do it now. Take my power. And survive. Takumi!
Wow! She was really eager to
He
do
was
that.
ready. Is that even her fucking hemo anima knife? That's just a regular kitchen knife.
For a moment, I couldn't. I could not believe what I was seeing. Jeremy had thrust a knife right into Hiroko's back.
Mistress Hiroko! Mistress Hiroko! Your power flowing into me
Jeremy, stop coming. I need you to lock in.
inside me!
Are we allowed to put this on
I
Twitch?
tried to stop her, but it was too late. As Darumi absorbed more and more of her blood, Hiroko's body began to shrivel and dry up.
Oh man. Oh man, oh man. I've never felt this kind of energy before. I'm in the shower now. I feel like I can fly. I can do anything.
Darumi threw back her head and let out a crazed cry of elation, totally at odds with what had just happened. Don't you realize what you've done, Darumi? You just killed Hiroko!
Save the recriminations for later, Takumi. Now that it's reached this point, we have to see it through.
But Hiroko is...
Darumi's overflowing with power right now. She might actually be able to beat that commander.
Ultra Darumi. Yugamu was right. Darumi was stronger than ever. Rushed on the battlefield like a berserker, swinging her weapons in every direction, even charging at the commander without the slightest chance of trace of fear.
No one can stop me now!
By the time we were able to take stock of our surroundings, it was the commander was no longer there. Did he just leave?
Yeah, seems that way.
Have we really won? Somehow it didn't feel real.
Relax, he's gone. I don't sense any trace of his presence anymore. Also, the thing Hiroko gave her life to get us is still here, and it's still intact.
Yugamu held up the suitcase Hiroko had brought from the school. It most likely had the spare of the sponsor's suit inside of it.
We've done what we set out to do. Make no mistake, this is a win for us. It's just... we had to pay a pretty big price for it.
Yugamu's gaze wandered to Hiroko's body. It was bad enough that she sustained fatal damage trying to bail Darumi out, but then her cryptic orb was absorbed by the very person whose life she'd saved. As for Darumi herself, she was just staring blankly up at the sky. I can only imagine how she felt, having just killed someone who'd been like a sister to her. That is not the word I would use to describe it. Before I could say anything.
Yeah!
Darumi! Let me readjust my fucking chair. Her eyes rolled back in her head and she fell to the ground.
Looks like she finally ran out of steam. You'll have to carry her for now, Takumi. I'll dig a grave for Hiroko. Here's as good a resting place for her as any.
Yugamu began digging with an old piece of wood, and when the hole was big enough, gently lowered Hiroko's body into the ground.
A big hole to dig with a piece of wood.
Happened again.
I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
But I won't let your sacrifice be in vain. I'll use the suit you worked so hard to get for us to figure out the sponsor's weakness, and
I'll
then...
defeat them and end this game. I promise.
Return to the school, determined to carry out what Hiroko had started, unfortunately. Hey, what's that big suit you got there? Give it to me.
I have no idea where to even start with tech this weird.
Yugamu and I had gone back to my room to look at the suit, but looking at it was about all we could do. Neither of us knew anything about electronics or wearable technology or whatever it was that made this suit tick. Analyzing how it worked and how to get past its defenses was going to be hard, if not impossible.
Well, it's a protective suit made out of some kind of specialized material. That's about all I can say.
Yeah, I can't figure anything else out. I can't figure anything else out either. How can something this flimsy block our attacks so completely? Worked so hard to get it. It feels such a waste.
Hey!
Darn it! If only we had someone with actual engineering knowledge on our side. As if to answer my exasperated cry.
Only we knew someone like that.
Someone's here? At this hour? You don't think it's the sponsor, do you?
So are they sleeping in the same
totally out of
room?
the
No,
question.
they're just meeting
The same
here.
bed?
They're just meeting
Oh.
here, yeah.
They
Yugamu
might have
has,
realized we got our hands on a suit just like theirs.
Yugamu has insisted upon the idea that they should sleep in the same bed, though.
I'm the dog playing chess now.
Pretending I wasn't
Okay.
would only put off the inevitable.
Whatever you
The
say.
sponsor was relentless. If I was gonna die anyway, I
What?
might as well put up a fight here and now. I took a deep breath and opened the door. Hey, Tsubasa! Tsubasa! I definitely expected
That
to see her
was-
standing to the other side. Since the game began, everyone except Yugamu and Hiroko have been keeping their distance from us. Tsubasa's eyes were downcast. Looked she might start to cry at any moment. Hey, what's wrong?
Howdy, Tsubasa. You're looking pretty grief-ridden this evening. Is something bothering you? We'd be glad to listen if you want to talk about it. I have a feeling we're not the kind of people you really want to confide in, though.
Yugamu's laid-back attitude nothing to put Tsubasa at ease. Eventually, she did speak up on her own.
I'm sorry, Takumi. I'm so sorry.
All of a sudden, she burst into tears. Calm down, Tsubasa. What's this all about? What are you apologizing for? Because you didn't let me join your team? You don't have to worry about that. I'm doing fine.
No, that's not it. I was there, Takumi. When Hiriko was fighting that commander, I was watching the whole time.
She was there the whole time?
Huh?
Huh?
And you didn't do anything?
Tsubasa was there too?
I wanted to help.
Also, if you consider getting like a slightly less tight-fitting outfit, that can't be comfortable.
If I'd activated my hemo anima, I could have used my car to get Hiroko and Donami out of there and bring them back to the school. But I was so scared I couldn't move. And while I was wondering what I should do, Hiroko got wounded. And then she... I'm sorry, Hiroko. I'm sorry, Takumi. I just stood there and let her die.
I honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if her takeaway from this is we gotta get rid of Darumi.
I know apologizing won't fix this, but...
Hey, good news. If you want to fix this, we have a great new experiment for you to start working on. I had no idea what to say. I knew all too well how much it hurt not being able to save someone. That's why I knew nothing I could say would take away the pain before I could even try.
You're right, Tsubasa. A simple apology isn't going to cut it.
Gamu got there first, speaking in a harsh tone I hadn't heard him use before.
You didn't save Haruko when you had the chance. That also put our lives in danger.
Haru, what are you doing here?
That's not the kind of crime you can just wipe clean. Letting someone die is basically the same as killing them. And you had the gall to give Takumi the cold shoulder. At least he still has a shred of human decency in him. That's more than I can say about you.
Damn, he's just cutting in! Yugamu, I know you're mad, but that's going too far!
No,
feels
no.
terrible. Doesn't need to be making it worse.
No, dude's already got the scalpel. Let him cut deeper.
No, it's fine, Takumi. He's right.
I am a goofy goober.
I'm always like this. Whenever there's any kind of conflict, I just go with the crowd. When Gaku died, I suspected you because that's what everyone else was doing. It was the same when we decided to form teams. Everyone said to stay away from you, so that's what I did too.
Lagasp.
I never stand up and make important decisions for myself. And now Hiroko is dead because of me. Sodomi's probably heartbroken too. I should have stopped all that from happening.
Wow, she really did see everything. She's probably still in shock.
I'm a terrible person, aren't I?
Yes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that.
Mm-hmm.
Treating my friends' lives with so little respect. It's so disgusting and makes me want to puke.
Tsubasa didn't stop at dry heaving. She vomited all over the floor. Tears still streaming down her face.
You're amazing, Takumi. You jumped right in to fight the commander and try to save Hiroko.
I appreciate that, but do you want a breath mint right now and maybe some and maybe an antacid?
You barfed on my shoes.
I can't believe I've been so awful to you all this time.
These Gucci
Well, you
slides
did.
costed $87,000.
You puked on his floor!
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Takumi. For everything.
I'd be lying if I said I was ready to completely forgive Tsubasa and call it water under the bridge. But I wasn't going to hold anything against her. Not when she was already suffering this much. Just thought that I was still capable of some kind of compassion was a comfort in and of itself.
You can cry all you want. It's not going to erase what you did. The world wouldn't need the police if atonement was that easy.
I don't think the world needs police now, man. Okay, let me rephrase that. The world doesn't need the police as it is right now.
I believe this
There
is
we
a
go.
Japanese saying.
What's with you today, Digamu? Subasa's made some mistakes, but you don't need to be so hard on her.
Tsubasa, if you really want to make up for letting Hiroko die, there's just one way.
Solve my puzzles.
Indirectly or not, you caused a death. Now you have a duty to save lives instead.
Save lives? But how do I...
Oh.
Just a suggestion. How about you join up with me and Takumi?
Or you could solve my puzzles.
We're working on something that could save everyone, and we just so happen to need someone with your particular skill set. It's kind of like carrying on Hiroko's legacy. This is what she gave her life for.
Oh.
Of course, it'll mean putting yourself in a lot of danger, but what do you say? Will you help us?
Subasa didn't say anything for a while. She just stood there staring at her feet. Then she nodded as if she'd come to an important decision.
Okay. I don't know what you guys are up to, but if it can save everyone, I'm in. So, what do you want me to do?
Check this shit out. When Subasa said that, Yagami turned to me and winked. Or was it a blink? I can't tell.
It's kind of hard.
Now it makes sense. It made her feel worse, so she'd feel like she had no choice but to join us to atone. I can't say I need that. I like that he manipulated her feelings like that, but we do need all the help we can get. Here's how it is, Tsubasa. I then explained everything to her.
A spare suit? Whoa! Awesome! It's the real thing! I see. Hiroko risked everything to get us this.
Huh?
Yeah, but this stuff isn't really our area. We've got no idea what we're supposed to do with it or learn anything useful.
What do you think, Tsubasa? Do we need some kind of special machinery to analyze this thing or what? Maybe we should take it to the metal shop?
Ah.
We don't want anyone to find out we've got this, though.
Somewhere we can investigate without being seen, huh? I might be able to help with that. You see, there's a secret lab. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who knows about it. When you guys see it, it'll knock your socks off.
Secret bitch. Is that crazy?
You'll understand once we get there. Come on, I'll take you there now. Follow me.
Gathered up the suit and left my room, letting Tsubasa lead the way to the secret lab she'd found.
Secret door.
The gym? Filling arrived at a raised stage area in the gym.
This is your secret lab? I guess people don't come here all that often.
Back up, guys. You're gonna fall. Stand by the edge for a sec.
Fall? Fall where? Thought she was to the edge of the stage.
Lab.
Then knelt down and began pulling on a broken floorboard. All at once, the board became loose, and then... a hole? Peeling back that one board, it somehow made a huge hole appear in the stage.
Wow, what a hole! I happened to find a map of this room when I was fixing the corpse recovery drone program using the work computer. Sorry to have kept it a secret all this time. I wanted a place like this I could have all to myself.
Oh.
No, you made the right call. Now we have somewhere we can talk without worrying about being overheard.
I'm gonna warn you, try not to be too shocked by what you see in there. Even if you are, try not to scream. It's like an echo chamber down there.
Shocked? Scream? What in the world could be in that lab?
I don't know if I can explain it all that well. It'll be easier to just show you. There's a ladder leading down. Come on, before anyone sees us.
The fucking, all the extra routes are just gonna be like the 99 secret rooms hidden across this entire fucking labyrinth of a school. Sure. Also passed down the ladder into the secret basement room. Sure enough, it greeted us at the bottom of something I'd never have imagined.
Watch it just be filled with creatures like out of fear and hunger. Oh!
Oh, it's the space pod!
Okay, cool.
Space.
I had to hold myself back from letting out a wordless cry of surprise. Inside
Sorry.
the lab was a large machine that looked like some kind of spaceship.
Space.
This is
Wanna
the
go to
escape
space.
pod! I'd seen it before, of course. At the end of my first 100 days here. I never expected to see it here like this.
Getting bored of space. Yeah, I was shocked when I first saw it too. I knew it must be the pod you told us about. This place is probably designed to store it safely until it's needed.
Is there any chance you can get it working now?
I thought of that, but it's no good. It's locked up tight, and there's no way to get in. We could probably force it open, but we can't exactly go into space with a damaged door.
Massive security
Getting
measures to
bored.
stop anyone using it before day 100. So then we're allowed to leave the school. Oh, we can think about the pod later. Let's concentrate on the suit for now. Do you need any machinery from the metal shop? We can go get it for you.
No, I should be fine. There's plenty of gear in here for me to get started.
Well, I will say it's kind of funny that this secret room is just like a matte painting, effectively. I looked around the lab. It was full of miscellaneous machines and equipment. Probably stuff Tsubasa had brought in already. And guns and knives and bombs!
How many guns?
There's also a lot
Many
of
as you need.
weapons! Also a lot of weapons for some reason.
Those are 3 different kinds of grenade.
Well, it is a military academy.
I figured I'd make those and keep them here for emergencies, just in case we ever need to hole up in here.
There's just one
You made those?
There's just one route where the game turns into Counter-Strike.
I've snuck some food supplies in here too. Help yourself if you get hungry.
Takumi, defuse the bomb!
It's a real stronghold down here. It'll make a perfect HQ for the Anti-Sponsor Alliance.
Can this stronghold hold strong? Maybe.
It will hold strongly.
So, how are you going to investigate the suit's capabilities? You got any experiments in mind?
You basically want to know how to break through the suit's defenses, right?
Yeah!
The fastest way to figure that is to try out a bunch of stress tests and see how it holds up. By testing its resistance to stretching, pressure, elastic, and plastic deformation, we can start getting a better idea of its fracture toughness.
Deformation? Fracture?
Oh my god, keep up.
Me. Oh, come on, Takumi, you never seen those pictures of them testing cars with the crash test dummies? Like, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, well, let's get started. Figuring out the suit's weakness will be only the first step. Once we've done that, we're taking this sponsor down! Thanks, Mom. Oh, okay, cool. What? Liquid. Yeah. Yippee. Okay. We spent the rest of the night testing and analyzing the suit any way we could. Go ahead and take my supplements now. Oh, Father Hair here.
Ew!
Never mind, that was my bad. I shed too much. Anyway, at the leisure lounge with the sponsor was looking around as usual.
Takumi Sumino, what are you doing here so early?
Do they just, like, hang out here specifically?
They hang out in, like, random places around the school, actually.
Did you miss me?
You could say that. I want to see you anyway. Do you have time to talk?
Hardly respectful attitude to take towards someone in my position. But I'll allow it. You are one of my most accomplished hunters, after all.
Hunter? Me?
Need to be modest. Take a look. The results speak for themselves.
Sponsor gestured to one of their bees and brought up a display of the leaderboard.
I honestly didn't expect you to gain this much of a lead so quickly.
God damn.
The advent of a dark horse like yourself makes this game that much more exciting.
It's someone who made it all the way to number 2 in the rankings. Hiroko had been at number 1 all this time, but now that she's dead, I was catching up. Apologies. Ice Cube. You made impressive contributions to my little game. I was thinking you deserve some kind of reward.
Huh?
A reward, huh?
You sound like you're trying to. Sorry, you sound like you're trying to do a Markiplier impression almost.
A reward, huh? Since we're here, how about you play a game with me? Very well. If that's what you want, what shall we play? As I said before, I'm grateful for you becoming such an accomplished hunter. I've been only trying to blind eye. You ever want to bend the rules a little?
Oh
That
my
actually helps a
god.
lot,
why
because
would-
what I want is a duel to the death. I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna win, and then I'm ending this stupid game of yours once and for all! So it's come to this. Very well. Activate your class armor and Hemo Anima!
Oh god, he's turned into Spamton! Run!
Attack me all you want. Your sword is no more a
What
threat
if
than a
you-
blade of grass.
What if you stabbed them through the viewpoint?
Sponsor clearly didn't consider themselves in any danger. They stood there radiating absolute confidence, knowing that nothing I could do would hurt them. Nice of you to be so laid back about it, but I won't be attacking with my sword. I'll be using this crossbow!
Wait, hold on.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I was half starting to just be like, look at this gun I found! I brought a crossbow Tsubasa with the gift-o-matic. Normally using a conventional weapon like this would be pointless, especially against an invincible opponent like the sponsor. Fool! What are you thinking? Turning something like that on me! Such insolence will not stand. A hunter should use Hemo Anima! Just like that, the sponsor's confident demeanor vanished and they began to panic. Looks like we read about the suit's weakness. We forward every kind of stress test we could think of on the spare last night and discovered it would be very interesting.
I knew it! This suit isn't actually all that strong. It'll distort from just a little force, and it's not that much tougher than a regular protective suit. A long knife or something could probably cut through it pretty easily.
It doesn't make sense though. The suit is that weak. Why haven't attacks work on it?
Is this spare one a fake, maybe? Is it actually different from the sponsor's one?
No, it's the real thing. The material is the same as what the sponsor wears anyway.
How do you know that?
Does the sponsor suit
So why is it so much weaker?
disable Hemo Anima?
I think it's not so weak as so much as built for purpose.
What do you mean?
Ever since I saw this suit, something about it has been bothering me. It looks like some kind of protective gear. So what is it supposed to protect its wearer from?
Oh, it's protecting them from Hemo Anima.
Okay, yeah. It's just an anti-Hemo Anima
It is
suit.
an anti-Hemo. Noir?
Not sure I follow.
Workers in nuclear power plants wear suits to protect themselves from radiation, right?
Yeah.
And firefighters have ones to protect against high temperatures. And divers have ones for water pressure. Protective suits are made with specific hazards in mind. Stuff that's only a threat in certain environments and scenarios. They're not a lot of use outside of the scenarios. Have you ever felt an actual radiation suit? They're basically paper thin. I think it's the same with this suit. It's designed to protect against one particular threat and nothing else.
Try to give for a specific threat. I had this pleasure to think over what Tsubasa had said. You really, Takumi? You're that dense?
What could it
Oh my
be?
What could it
Maybe he doesn't have a
possibly
point.
be for?
What could he want to protect themselves from?
Maybe Hideko had a point.
Sim just went, his pronouns are he, are they, them? What kind of scenario was the suit built for? That wasn't obvious enough to protect the sponsor from our attacks. The first time we fought them, we attacked with every bit of Hemo Anima we could muster. At the end of our assault, the sponsor was still standing without him taking the slightest bit of damage. It's like our Hemo Anima didn't affect them. Then it hit me like a bolt from the blue. I knew what the suit was for. I knew what the threat was guarding against. Of course, the suit is... You know, I'm guessing they probably used this suit for when they were managing the baby on fire, since it's, like, constantly radiating fire. This suit's designed to repel any and all Hemo Anima attacks. But the trick is that it weakens regular attacks, isn't it? You're letting your imagination run wild. I am invincible. Your pitiful intellect cannot hope to understand my power.
You might as well not even try with that stupid thing. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Hit me with your sword instead.
The sponsor's voice was calm, but they were clearly shaken. I had no doubt that we were right about this.
Hey!
I only wish
Don't
I only wish to notice it sooner. Suddenly blocked Teemo anima attacks, not physical ones. Such a simple weakness, but I can see why I hadn't thought of it until now! Our first encounter with the sponsor had totally demoralized us. The way that I hit him really hard and it didn't do anything! Yeah, we get it now! Once the trick is exposed, the con artist behind it is finished. Just like this game! I'm warning you, Takumi. Stand down now and we can forget this ever happened! This is for my
Shoot the
friends!
person's suit, and it's gonna be his mom.
Pulled the trigger and fired off 3 air. Holy shit! Wait, does he got that quick reload in him? God damn!
This guy's one of those crossbows with a magazine.
Grrrr.
Crossbows can have magazines?
There are crossbows magazines,
Some
yeah.
of them do.
At least in fantasy,
Well,
I've seen them in
these
like
guys
in Souls games and stuff like that. I know Guts has
I
a
have
crossbow with a
never
magazine as
heard.
well.
I have never heard of a crossbow that has a magazine before. That is badass.
I mean, it's not too hard to imagine that there's like mechanisms that like auto load back the bow. They
I'm
pierce the suit
thinking
and bury themselves
traditional-
into the sponsor's body. There's no hiding it now. My attack had clearly done some damage. There were holes in the suit now. We weren't dealing with an invincible opponent after all.
Quick! Beat them to death with hammers!
For the sponsor's defenses.
Quick, pull out a mag.
Not bad, Takumi Sumino. I'll confess, I didn't think you'd ever figured out the secret of my suit. For this, at least, I must congratulate you. Gee, thanks. It's an honor. But it's your death I want, not compliments. Me? Die? Don't be ridiculous. The game has only just begun. And you're forgetting something, Takumi. This here isn't the only weapon I have at my disposal. I still have...
These.
my minions! Had a familiar cacophony of buzzing and beating winds. The bees flew down from the ceiling. They sounded angry. I'd broken a rule after all. I'd injured the sponsor. My suit may not be an immovable object, but my bees are as unstoppable force as ever! What now, Takumi Sumino? You can defend against this? No, there's nothing I can do about your bees. They attack now, I'd be riddled with holes and have every last ounce of my blood drained. If they attacked me, that is! It's Yugamu!
That's why I'm tagging in. Good work, Takumi. You played your part beautifully.
But against him with the proper protection, things wouldn't be so simple. What?
Who are you? Why do you have that suit?
It's me, Yugamu Omokage. Guess you can't tell because of the voice, huh?
Oh, I guess the diving suit just
That was
gives everybody a
modulating his
weird
voice.
modulated voice.
It's me, Yugamu Omokage.
Apparently the voice changer came as a standard with these suits. This one distorts Yugamu's voice to sound just like the sponsors.
We decided to borrow one of your precious suits for a little while. It seemed like the best way to stop me from getting
That's
killed with
incredible.
a pincushion.
The bee stingers were powerful, that much was true, but that was because they'd been augmented with hemo anima. Yeah,
Just
we
quite
know about the bee stuff. We know about the bee stuff. Sorry,
Be
the
sure you
wasp.
stuck.
The suits repelled any and all hemo anima attacks, with Yugamu wearing one. The bees were no threat at all! You and that...
You
Oh,
and
fuck.
that suit have given us a lot of trouble. Now we're using the same technology to defeat you. You know how it is. What goes around comes around.
Insolence! This will not stand! Don't you realize who I am?
Literally no.
I am the one who spreads
No.
death across the planet. The all-seeing, all-knowing Game Master.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. We don't really have time to listen to the final monologue.
You sound like critical a little bit.
I'll take a trip.
Hey guys, the Game Master
Right.
situation's crazy.
I started running. I ran for the door while Yugamu ran for the bees! Charged right toward the sponsor. The bees dutifully flew in to protect their master, but all in
Is he
vain.
holding a little knife?
Yugamu swatted them with one swipe of his arm, killing them instantly. The suit made him the worst possible opponent for them to go up against. Finally, Yugamu reached the sponsor, and he opened his clenched fingers to reveal he was holding something.
All
it takes is one little hole to render protective gear practically useless. So the first thing we need to do is open a hole in the sponsor's suit.
And then we throw asbestos in the suit.
Any one of these ranged weapons should be enough to do that.
Wait, so you had all these options in your
Wait,
first...
so you could have just shot them to death with a gun if you wanted to.
There's a 30-round magazine rifle in that lineup, and you chose the crossbow! Right.
Maybe he wanted to be cool!
If the suit was weak against physical damage, a gun should do the trick. I'm no marksman, though. Probably more likely to hit my target with something like a...
What sort of logic is that?
Like a gun with a shit ton of...
I feel like you'd have the same amount of chance one way or the other.
I would argue that being a marksman would actually mean you should use something other than a crossbow.
I am wringing my hair right now!
Whatever, he wanted to pick the crossbow because he wanted to be cool.
Damn it, I was just joking! I didn't think he'd actually pick it because he wanted to be badass!
Once the suit is torn, the sponsor won't be immune to cryptoglobin attacks anymore. That's where this comes in. Stuff this bomb in the hole, and the sponsor will get burned to a crisp.
Actually, genuinely, a cryptoglobin bomb.
Oh
up a
my
tiny
god.
mechanical sphere.
This baby is filled with undying flames!
These undying flame bombs seem really useful.
Yeah,
I feel like we should be using these in combat,
undying
maybe.
flame bombs. God
This is the
damn.
second time you've made one.
I love this! It's basically a downgraded version of the one we used on Vexus.
Oh, of course.
Veshnes, sorry. Oh, like Vishnu. But I can only make one, so we only get one shot at this.
Like, I can't be that angry. They're just being a little bit silly. It's okay. If one of these bombs could destroy Veshnes, they could destroy anyone. That included the sponsor, whoever they really were. Veshnes, yeah, I said that.
Lord.
We had our plan. I'll sign rolls and iron out the details. Spots would stand by with a fire extinguisher outside the leisure lounge in case anything went wrong. Use the crossbow to puncture a hole in the sponsor's suit. You gotta be the one handling the most dangerous part of the plan. Actually detonating the bomb. Hear about this, Yugamu? You have to get really close to the sponsor to put the bomb in their suit in the first place. If anything goes wrong, you'll be left wide open.
Don't worry about that. I'm really good at ramming stuff in holes that look like they'd be too small to fit.
Jesus Christ, dude!
That one was also
trying to be
sexual.
Serious here. I'm gonna have to ask you to stick to the matter at hand.
Sure thing, Takumi. Or you can be the one sticking it in to me if you prefer. You know I swing both ways.
Bisexual! Stay on
That
topic,
one was also
please.
sexual.
That's in spite of his usual devil-may-care attitude. I could tell Yugamu was serious. His fists were clenched tight. He was determined to end this game. Even if it meant risking his own life killing the sponsor, he had to do what needed to be done. Oh, he had to do it! He had to do it to him!
So we actually have a bisexual hero doing this bit.
True. Actual bisexual disaster.
Let's fucking go!
Yugamu grabbed hold of the sponsor. Put the miniature bomb into the hole in the suit, and then... one little hit and the undying flames enveloped the sponsor's entire body. Our tormentor writhed in pain, convulsing like a crazed dancer.
Was this really a good idea to go ahead and
At some
actually
points, the sponsor's vocal cords must have burned away. They weren't screaming anymore, just making hollow, choking noises. Even with the flames eating away at every fiber of their being, they held on to life for as long as they could. But finally... one last unnatural, almost inhuman scream. The flames still licking at their body, they collapsed onto the floor. Spots and I step back, but okay, well, we gotta see what this person is under the fucking mask. So that's when I stepped back into the lounge. We stood there with Yugamu, watching the sponsor burn. We didn't want to risk taking our eyes off them in case they suddenly came back to life somehow. Fear rooted us.
That's
to
when
the
you don't
spot,
tap!
and we had to be sure. We needed to see this person die.
You're really dead now.
aren't they?
Yeah, no one could possibly survive that.
Hmm.
And we really won. We won. But when I said the words, something felt a lot more real. We'd taken down the invincible sponsor and ended the invader hunt.
Yo, what the hell is all this noise in here?
We heard a voice shouting, "Yeah!" or something. It sounded like nails on a chalkboard.
There was an explosion too.
Those all came running in. The sponsor death cried with the echo throughout all the school. Takumi, Tsubasa, what are you guys doing? Get over here!
That's right! You have to get away from the sponsor!
Oh, of course. With Yugami wearing the suit, they think he's the sponsor.
Hey guys, you picked the perfect time to join us. Come warm yourselves by the fire.
How fucking ominous.
Just imagine that thing looking at you while, like, standing around fire, like a burning man.
You know, a fucking burning corpse.
Fire. But it looks like there's a person in there.
Burning Man! Sorry, I had to.
Oh wait, so if she attacked the sponsor the first time, it would have been fine right away.
Oh yeah, because she has the holy Jumanji sword.
She has the holy Jumanji sword that she fucking hits everything with.
No, that's actually
Plus her
a really good
Hemo-Anima.
Maybe the sword gets like enhanced by Hemo-Anima.
Does the sword get Hemo-Anima buff?
Because like I noticed that it starts glowing
Does the sword's
red.
damage change to Hemo-Anima?
I've noticed that it glows red during the fights, so maybe
Hemo-Anima.
that's why. Maybe it's a holy Hemo-Anima sword. I
Don't know.
It's fine.
Vile fiend! Did you incinerate one of our friends for your sick entertainment? This has gone far enough. It is the time for the holy Jumanji sword to cut you down!
Wait, Kyoshika. I don't think that's the sponsor.
Here, just take the
It's
mask off,
Yugami.
man.
Now you mention it, it does sound like him. What's the deal? What's going on here? Yugami's the sponsor and the sponsor's Yugamu. Then who the heck am I? Where's the sheriff?
Tommy, Tsubasa, you got some explaining to do. If that's Yugami in the suit, where did the real sponsor go?
Just stay calm, okay? I'll explain everything. And then I explained everything. And then I explained everything. So you see, we don't have to worry about scores or executions anymore. It's over! We won! Well, they'd be happy to hear about this. We just freed them from the life or death struggle we've been in since this game began, after all. What's the matter, guys? Is it really over, though?
Yeah.
The sponsor was so strong before, it's hard to believe you just killed them like that.
What the fuck?
Right. And we didn't see it happen for ourselves.
It's right
There's a
there!
burning corpse right over there.
You don't think we're lying to you, do you?
No, that's not it. It's just...
It's more like all this is happening so fast, and we weren't there for much of it, so it doesn't feel real, you know?
And I was the one who was supposed to avenge Lady Kurara.
Well, I'm sorry you guys didn't feel like being team
Well-
players!
Maybe you should have locked in.
Wow, this is not the reaction I was expecting. Not asking
He
for a
killed the
victory party or
sponsor,
anything,
and
but
this is the thanks I get.
you can at least relax now. The sponsor's gone.
Well, this is a real mood killer. You guys are gonna need some time, huh? Let's call it here for the day. We can always accept your praise and adulation later.
No, unmask it!
Come on, double
Don't return to your room! See what's underneath the fucking suit!
Horribly rules. You gotta
What
double
if it's
tap.
still on fire?
Do you have to wait for it to... Was it because it's eternally on fire? We have fire extinguishers for that!
Michael Myers was also on
okay,
fire and
next
he
day.
died. Yeah,
That's
it's
just the
just-
next day.
Is it just like that now? Is there just a fire burning in the
Maybe? Okay, hold
They
on.
are
a second.
undying.
in the cool room
It was
forever?
literally the middle of the night when that happened. Okay, hold on a second. Guess I should get some rest. Hold on a second. If the next bit of this, we did it, Hiruko. All thanks to you. I knew she hadn't died in vain. The others would come around. She needs some time to process it. No more turning against each other. No more killing game. Finally be a real team again. Maybe even friends.
Jeremy's gonna be so upset.
We'd all live a fun, peaceful life. That's why I wanted the rest of our 100 days here to go. Fish! That's the better times we had last time around. Maybe we could hold another barbecue party. Or a festival. Or we go to the beach together. That would be a nice change of pace. Still imagining all those different possibilities. Found myself drifting off to sleep. Then my doorbell started ringing. A visitor? At this hour? I really don't feel like getting out of bed right now. So dependent I hadn't heard. Whoever it was and whatever they wanted, it could wait. My dreams were calling me.
Bing bong.
I have a feeling we're gonna have to talk to Darumi now. Alright, I'm coming. Dragged my tired body out of the bed and stumbled over to the door. I opened it and... Oh, hey, buddy! Okay, if he doesn't have anything, like, revelatory to say within the next couple of minutes, probably gonna call it. Yugamu, what are you doing here? Please don't tell me you want to hold another meeting. Can we do it tomorrow?
Sorry, Takumi. I think it might be a little soon for us to be celebrating.
Oh.
You left the body there, you didn't double tap!
Huh? What do you mean? The sponsor's dead, we made sure of that. Three of us had stood and watched as the master of the killing game burned away to ashes. There's absolutely no way they could still be alive.
The sponsor's dead, alright, but the bees are a different story.
We forgot about the
Oh.
bees!
Oh, we actually did forget
While
about
we
the
were
bees.
fixated on watching the sponsor die, they all flew off. Some of them might still be lurking in the school somewhere.
But now the sponsor's not here to control them anymore. Wouldn't they just leave?
The thing about bees is they don't like to change their habitats all that much. We're better off getting rid of them here and now so they don't start building nests, or worse, breeding.
Great.
That's a good point.
Sometimes join the fight now
So now we're
on the side of the invaders.
I wish I could put off the job until later, but I knew I'd never forgive myself if someone got hurt because of those bees. Alright, I guess we could look for them. How are we gonna do this?
I'll handle the schoolyard and the rooms on the first floor. You take the second and third.
Oh.
If you hear even the tiniest hint of buzzing, get out of there and come find me. I'll put on the suit and take him out.
Come sell the protective suit here, God and Forest. At least with that around, there was no danger of the humo-anima augmented insects killing us. Is that just what we're doing next? Alright, guess it's time for the bee hunt. Okay. I guess we're not gonna unmask the devious mastermind.
Well, he turned into ash. What are you gonna do?
I guess. We're still on
There's his
15A?
face.
That's crazy.
Wild.
I guess that like I guess I've just missed every single bad ending I could get. Oh,
It continues.
Yeah, that's those are some pretty obvious. Actually, wait, is there a breakoff point? Oh, yeah, there's the breakoff points when you do the killing game. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I think I've like figured out how you kind of like decode this, I guess you could say. When there's a major change when you make a decision, it branches out like that. But if it's just like a bad ending, it'll go off to this route instead, effectively, where it's just like a little tiny little one that's like, oh, then you die a couple days afterwards. Damn, we've been making a lot of major decisions then, I guess.
You're pretty good at this.
I mean, you know, to be I feel like it just makes a pretty decent amount of sense in most situations. You
Also,
know,
Uchikoshi, your flowchart's going.
true. Uchikoshi, your flowchart's showing. Where?
The
Oy, oy, oy. Alrighty then. What an
madness continues.
What an exciting turn of events this has been. Positively
Also-
flabbergasted.
Time I've ever seen a bisexual character who has a devil may care fucking attitude in a video game who is confirmed bi.
Fair enough. Alrighty
Fucking love
then. Well, we're a
I'm here
little
for
bit over, but I mean, hey, you know, at least people have days off tomorrow and all that fun business, so you know.
I've actually got to work tomorrow.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
you got that.
Unfortunate.
You got that menial labor shit going on. I'm sorry. That fucking sucks.
Ouch.
I mean, I'm not wrong. It's literally menial labor. You're doing, like, physical labor.
And it's customer service, dude.
I mean, yeah. Am I wrong?
I'm also getting holiday pay, so I'm getting at least 8 extra hours of pay.
Oh, that's cool.
Fuck yeah, man.
Nice. Alright. That's gonna be it for tonight, everybody. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.